Hey guys, how's it going? Let me finish setting up this room real quick and then we can get started. Stuff on here. Today is March 25th. Almost done with March, guys. I think next week is NFP, so next week should be pretty busy for the most part. All right, a few more seconds. YouTube is finishing loading. All right, looks like it's good right there. Let me just send this link out to you guys real quick, and then we can kick off this trading week. I mean, not kick off this trading week, wrap up this trading week. It's Thursday, almost done. All right, looks like we're good. Let me just go ahead and send this link out to you guys here. There we go. All right, just getting this set up real quick. Post it to the rest of the groups. There we go. So let me go ahead and just send this to our social media real quick, and I'll get you guys a Zoom link, and we should be good to go. So let's see, Facebook. I wonder if there's an entry right there. I'm gonna check that real quick to see if there was an actual entry right here. Is it 6:30? So we're on the opening candle right now. So we're obviously not going to enter anything, but I'm going to check to see if there's any new zones that were created. No, not yet. So no entry, just this entry that was right here off this green one for whoever caught that one. Let me go ahead and just send this out to you guys real quick. Or no, it's done. Send it to the Facebook and Instagram, and I'll get you guys a Zoom link. So get this posted right here real quick. I'll post it to the Facebook. Now, lastly, just to the Instagram. All right, one last place. Damn, things are dropping pretty heavy. I wish I took that trade. I wasn't awake at that time when the that green one showed up. Let's see, that green one showed up at 5:30. I mean, I was up, but I wasn't looking at the charts. So unfortunately, we missed that. Well, I missed that one. I think some of you guys caught it because I looked at the profits this morning. Looks like Josh actually hit it. I mean, not Josh, Sisu. So Sisu over here, he took a bunch of sells right here for US 30, took a couple buys before that. So he actually hit some profit off that, couple $100. So nice work, Sisu, for catching this this sell right here. Unfortunately, I missed it, but I'm glad some of you guys caught it at least. So let me just get the Zoom link out to you guys real quick, and then we should be good. So here is the Zoom link for you guys who are in the premium. So I'll let you guys roll in real quick. Once you guys are done rolling in, I'll start looking at the chart, because generally when people move into the Zoom, it freezes up my screen. So I'll let you guys make it into the room real quick. And then once you guys are all in the room, then I'll start looking at stuff. And pull up the chat real quick, see what's going on. Today's the 25th. All right, cool. How's it going, Billy? Morning, Peter. Morning, Patricia. Morning, John. Morning, Steven. Morning, Kushi. Morning, Biko. Morning, Neptune. Morning, Steven. The other Steven, John Doe. Morning, David. Morning, Camo. Let me mute everybody real quick. All right, morning, Vinicius. Morning, everybody. So, all right, guys, let me let everybody into the room real quick, and once they're all in, then we'll get started. Because every time someone joins into the live sessions, it freezes up my trading view screen. So I'll let everybody make it into the Zoom real quick. Once everyone's in, we can get started with analyzing the charts and looking for some possible scalps. So I don't see anything here on the 10-minute right now. The only one was this recent sell right here, which was about an hour ago. I'm not sure if anyone else caught it. The only person I saw who caught it was Sisuk over here. Sisuk did pretty good. He locked in, yeah, for the day, he locked in some pretty nice profit. Or this wasn't even his profit. Let me see what his total was for the day. I think he sent it over here. Yeah, so Luke locked in about $100 selling US 30. Congrats to Luke as well. Spencer over here too made 834. Had a couple of bad trades in the beginning, but made his way back in a profit, which is perfectly fine. And yeah, Sisuk over here. So Sisuk's been stacking up his profits all night. Looks like he had a lot of wins up here and then a bunch more wins down here as well. So Sisuk's up probably 1,000, right? 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, like well over 1,000. So Sisuk's up like 1,400. He already wrote it down here. 1,441 and 77 cents. So nice work, Sisuk, for this morning. Cheryl over here locked in 1,840 off her one account. And then her other account, she locked in 1,760. So it looks like some of you guys are up like well over 1,000, nearly 2,000 for this morning. So congrats to you guys who took some good trades this morning while I was asleep. So let's keep the day going. So let me see what else we got over here. I'm gonna let the rest of the people into the Zoom room, and I'll see who else is joined into the chat. So morning, Seagot, morning, Otto, morning, Trell, morning, Lindwell, or Lindwelly, sorry. I think I mispronounced your name. Looks like everyone's finally made it into the Zoom. So let's start looking at the charts. Let's see if there was anything here for any of the other indices. There was a win here, obviously, for US 30. Let's check out the other indices real quick, see if there's anything else that could have been taken or something that people may have taken. Let's see. There's a couple new zones here for the Aussie 200. Let me just draw these zones real quick, and we'll see if there was any entries, this morning. So it looks like there was a couple entries here for the Aussie. It looks like there was one that was right over here, and I think they're technically still active right now. There's one right there, and there's one currently off this current candle right here. I don't know if I'd enter them yet because that was the opening candle, but looks like the original one's still active. So this one's still active, and this one would be active right now too. So this is the entry for the Aussie 200, which was about an hour ago as well. That's for a sell. Let's check the China 50 real quick. China 50 over here. It's kind of messy. I don't think there's any entries that are available just yet off the China 50. Maybe there's a couple up there, but they don't really look like, great entries. They're just normal entries. Yeah, I don't really see anything. I mean, there's one right here, this red one. I'm not sure if it would have hit TP though. Yeah, because we don't normally trade this. I think depending on where TP stop loss was, this might have hit down there, but who knows? Let's see, Valentine just sent me some profits. Let's see what Valentine made. So Valentine sent me, nice. Ed over here is up like pretty nice in profits. So Ed just sent me his profits right here. He made 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Yeah, so Ed is almost up like 10,000 for, I don't know if this is this morning, Ed, or is this from this week? But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 full TPs, it looks like. Ed locked in some nice profit this week. I'm not sure if it's this week or just this morning, but definitely some great profits right there, Ed. Valentine over here, he made 488 this morning. So nice work, Valentine. Or Valentine, sorry, bro, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but definitely you locked in some really good profits. Some small losses right here. Looks like you took some small little trades, but you had a lot bigger profits for your other sells over here. So nice work, Valentine. You guys can see that a lot of people here in K2, you know, I didn't even call any trades this morning. John over here too. John made 500 this morning. So nice work to you, John. I'll save that over to you too. And Tam over here, of course, Tam locked in well over, let's see, 500, about 600 right here for those US 30 sells. So everyone took that sell that I just mentioned, the sell that I was just showing you guys here, Tam, 555 again right there. So the same sell that I just showed you guys right here, like if you guys learn the strategy that I'm teaching you guys can take this on your own. You can see there was only one trade that was available this morning. Whoever took it made a ton of profit off it. So you can see here, Tam took the US 30 sell. That's why it's in red. She made 555. She took other sells here. She made about 600 off that. John over here took these sells for US 30. That same sell that I just mentioned, he made about 300, 400, 500, 600 off those trades. Same with Valentine over here. These are all sells for US 30, all profit. So if you guys want to learn the strategy that I'm teaching you guys will be able to take these trades on your own and, you know, profit perfectly fine without me calling these signals for you. So let me just check the chat real quick, see who else is here, and then we can just get started from the day. Hey Monster, how's it going, bro? Monster said, Dave fam, let's get them pips for lunch. Definitely. Let's see who else is here. Nice. Ed said those are his profits from Tuesday. So nice work off that, Ed. So Ed sent me his profits here. He's up about 10,000. So 10,000 from Tuesday up until today. It looks like he let 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades run to full TP, and they all played out exactly how we thought they would. So nice work, guys. Congrats to everybody who made profit already this morning. But let's get started for today, and let's wrap up this trading week before we enter the weekend. So let me just scroll up real quick. Peter said, let's catch 3,000 pips today. Definitely, right? So we got to hit a couple scalps and the daily entry if that appears. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Let's see. Yeah, Patricia said a lot of 3-minute entries. Sisu said crazy morning. Let's see if there's anything else right here real quick. Nice. I just saw Sisu's total profits there. He just mentioned it. Okay, cool. I'm scrolling down to see I don't miss anything. All right, I think we're good for now. So I'm done with looking at the chat. Let me just look through these indices real quick, see if there's any other entries that were available. So here's a Spain 35. I know some of you guys do use this. And we'll see if there was any entries that were available, you know, last night up until today. So we got a couple right here. Yeah, so it looks like the most recent entry for the Spain 35 would have been this one right here for a sell as well. So if you were applying the strategy here for the Spain 35 index, looks like if you took any of these 4 trades right here, you would have had a full TP right there already. So if you're applying my strategy on any of the indices, it looks like you would have made a ton of profit. You know, it doesn't matter which one you were trading, whether it be US 30, whether it be the Aussie 200, whether it be the China 50, Spain 35. It looks like there was you know, quite a bit of entries that were available here all throughout, you know, that time. So there's another entry that's available right now currently for the French 40, looks like. We're not going to bother with this. I'm just marking it up to see if there's anything available right now. There's currently one that's setting up right now. If anyone's thinking about trading the French 40 right here for a sell. Let's see the Nasdaq 255. Let's see if there's anything here. I'm just looking at all the indices right now for you guys who are located in different areas, because we do have some members here in K2 that are located in Japan who like to trade the Nasdaq 225, which is basically the Japanese index. And we have some other traders who are located in different parts of the world who like to trade, you know, the not so popular indexes like the China 50 and the Spain 35. I think Vinicius over here with the Brazilian index. So he's the one that's usually asking about that. But as you guys can see, you know, the strategy works fine. with any asset. It doesn't have to be US 30. So if you took this sell here for the NISE, depending on where your TP stop loss would be, I think 1,000 pips is way too high. So if it was around like 250 or maybe even 500, looks like you would have hit TP off that, or even 500. Let's see. So yeah, if you took this trade here for the NISE 225, it would have been a full TP right there. There's currently another active position that's running right here as well. Let's go to the UK 100 real quick. I know some of you guys like to trade the UK 100. All right. So looking at that over there. Yeah, it looks like there was one entry that was available right here, the most recent one, which just became available, I guess, about an hour ago. So this red one over here, looks like it probably would have been an entry. If it was an entry, then yeah, it would have hit TP already. Obviously, you can see here. Not sure if it'd be a valid entry. You'd have to rewind it to the actual time. But if it was, then definitely good entry. Nasdaq right here. See if there was anything that was available this morning. Damn, super choppiness for the Nasdaq this morning. This is why we're not really messing with the. This is why we usually don't mess with the indices until they smoothen out over the morning, because there's just like way too much stuff going on market open. But yeah, looking at the Nasdaq right here, it looks like there was a couple entries that were available. Yeah, nothing over there. Looks like there's one that's technically active right here, but I wouldn't trade it until it smoothens out. I'm not even sure what the sweet spot is for the Nasdaq. I don't know if it's 250 or 500. If it's 250, looks like it would have hit TP already. If it was 500, looks like it's still technically active. So I don't know what the sweet spot is for the Nasdaq, but and we'll wait and see. Let's go back to US 30 real quick. Yeah, no entries here for US 30 just yet. So once there is an entry, we'll take it, but there just isn't one that's available right now. So here's the DAX over here. I know a lot of you guys like to trade the DAX, so let me just check it out to see if there was any entries that were available. All right, so looking at the DAX right here, it looks like there was an entry that was available right here, this red one. So if you took that one right there, obviously would have hit full TP already, right there, full TP. Other than that, there's no entry that's available just yet. Here's the S&P real quick. Let's check the S&P to see if there was anything that is available now or was available, so that we have something to look out for, right? Because obviously the main key is just to look back to see how it was playing on the previous entries. If it's been hitting, it's probably going to keep hitting. So that's why it's important for you guys to actually understand what you guys are doing and not just, going through the motions. Because you can correlate a lot of these indices. Like if you're trying to trade US 30, you can look back to the S&P, look back to the DAX, see if they were hitting. That way you feel a little more confident when you enter these trades. All right, so that's it for those right now. Doesn't look like there's any entries, and I don't see any new zones right here either. So there's no entries right here off the 10-minute. Let's go on the 3-minute real quick, because you guys do like using Josh's strategy. Gerald mentioned that it actually works better on the 5-minute. So I'm not sure if you guys had tested it. I think my meeting with Josh is today. Josh, right? Let me check. Where we'll be going over this actual strategy. So yeah, I do have a session with Josh later tonight at 6 p.m. my time. So we'll be going over Josh's strategy. But Gerald did mention that it works better on the 5-minute. So I did look at it as well, and it does move pretty smoothly off the 5-minute here. So there's obviously going to be some spikes there, and the TP stop loss might have to be a little wider. It might have to be like maybe 75 or 75.25 because it's a bigger move. But overall, it does look like it moves pretty smoothly. Like this one up here, this this red one right here, this is for, but it was like choppy market. So if you were taking the 25 pips, this would have hit TP right there. I don't know if this one would have hit right here. I got to go over these details with Josh to determine, you know, what's legit and what's not, because it's really going to depend on what his requirements are. Let me check David's markup right here. So it looks like David is looks like are you looking at Euro USD for a sell, David? I can't really tell with your Fibonacci's here. Yeah, David sent me his charts right here. I'm assuming it's for a sell. So he marked up his fibs right there from the top, rejection off that area, and he's trying to catch the drop back down. Yeah, David, is this for a sell? Because I could see yours right there. I'm just not sure if it's a sell or not. Let me check the news real quick to see if there's anything going on right now. Sorry, that's my dog. Let's see, check the news real quick. So I don't think there's any news right now. No, looks like we're good for the day. There was news at 5:30, so that's why I wasn't really looking at trades. But looks like the news is pretty clear for the most part. Let's check CNBC real quick. I think we're good for the most part. So with all the indices red right now, I think they're going to swing up to a buy. So I don't know if they're going to drop that long. They might drop temporarily and then they might swing back up mid-session. Like right now, they might drop from now until like maybe 10, and then around 10 a.m. my time, which is in about 3 hours, they're probably going to swing back upwards. So we'll see how that plays out. But other than that, you know, there's not really much for us to look at right now. I'll set an alert here so that we can get notified when price swings back up, and then we can start looking for some entries. So yeah, looking at David's Euro USD, it lines up with ours right here. So we're currently already in that Euro USD, David. We've been in it since the other day. We cut it at the top actually. So let's see yours. Let's see. So you're on the what time frame is this, David? I'm trying to see. I kind of see right here. It says 1 minute, 2 minute, 15 minute. I'm assuming you're looking at the 30-minute, David, or 45-minute. I'm trying to see because you have the thing blocked off on yours. But I know you're on the shorter time frame, so you're probably on the 45-minute right here. Let me check your charts again real quick. I think you're on the 15-minute actually. Yeah, so we actually caught it already. We were already in this trade before you marked it up right there. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, so we've been in this trade since way higher than you, because you marked it up from this area over here. We actually entered way over here. So we've been in this trade back here. So we've been in this trade over here. We're already in profit. Let's see. For that one over there, we're in profit 30 pips from that one right there. So we got into this trade on Monday, I think. So we got in like slightly before you, because your market was like from over here and we got in from over here. So we got in like a couple days before you. So that's pretty good that it's going in the same direction, because then that just gives us confidence that it's going to hit our full TP down there. So if you guys are following my trades for this week for your Forex, we hit a TP2 here for your USD, and then our USD CHF hit full TP over here already as well. So we're doing pretty good so far. I think the overall results for this week, I don't think we have any we don't have any Forex losses. And then for our US 30, I think we have like 2 losses, but we have a lot more wins than losses. So it's not going to outweigh, you know, our wins for the week. Definitely not, because it is Thursday. So anyways, back to the 10-minute over here, or 6:30. Yeah, 6:30 was right here. So I'll be looking for the daily entry today. If I see it, we'll take it. If not, we'll just have to hold off. Let me just draw these zones real quick to see. Actually, there's no zones below here. Let me check, look on the, let's see. All right, so the next support is gonna be down here off the 2-hour. So yeah, looking at this here, this would be the line of support. This would be the 2-hour support right here. Let's mark it up for you guys so you guys can see 2-hour support. All right, so we'll keep watching this right here. See how this ends up. How this ends up playing out. So we got that there on the 10-minute. Let's go back to the yeah, because you guys can see this big wick right here on the bottom. This looks like it's probably going to swing back up. Like I was mentioning, generally, if you guys follow CNBC, if this is all red, usually midway through market or like before midway, it starts to swing back up. So if it starts out all red, it's probably going to be bullish for the rest of the day. I mean, it might continue to drop a little more, but eventually it's going to hit a support, like right here, the 2-hour support. And then once it reaches this point, you know, it'll either just bounce up from here or it'll come back down, or it'll just like retrace up a little bit. It'll retrace up a bit, come down, test a 2-hour support, and then at that point, it's probably going to shoot back up. So the key time period for this is probably going to be 10 a.m. So let's see. If you guys are familiar with how the Forex market works, generally when the market opens, it goes one direction. Right here, 6:30, it'll go one direction down. And then around midway through the market, 10 a.m. or something like that, 10:30, it swings back up. So we'll see how this plays out right here, but we'll definitely be waiting for it because I already have it marked up. And if we do have a daily entry, it's going to be for a buy. So we'll see how that plays out. You know, just seeing these lower wicks right here, this is indicating that it's trying to push up. It's probably establishing a support down here for it to swing back up. So we'll see how this plays out. We don't have any new zones right here right now. So when we do have some zones, we'll be able to look at any possible entries. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. In between each scalp possible entry, I can answer some questions. But other than that, we're going to be more focused on our scalps for today. As we look forward to closing this trading week out pretty strong. But yeah, other than that, looks like Demetrio said, funny part is, so he took a couple trades here. He had a couple losses, but then he finally bounced back off this sell that I just mentioned right now this morning. He took the sell right here. Now he's in profit 54 bucks. So, so he's doing all right. I mean, for the most part, if you guys look at everyone's profits here, everyone's pretty much decent in profit. They're in positive. So Dimitri over here made 54. Tam over here made 555, a couple hundreds right there. John made 500 as well. So everyone who took these sells right here are in profit. I don't see anyone in the negative today so far this morning. So we're doing pretty good for the most part. You know, and like what I was talking to other people before, guys, if you guys decide to take signals or advice or learn strategies from other people, I mean, you guys have to go and vet them yourselves, because I got a lot of complaints for some people in the group where they started taking trades from some other people and they ended up losing a lot. And then they come back to K2 and they're like, damn, I should have stayed with K2. You know, you're free to go to wherever you guys want to, but if you guys learn from someone else, just make sure that you guys actually, like, you guys know that they know how to trade and they're not just giving you something that's from somewhere else. Because we have a lot of people here who they get the K2 signals from somewhere else and they think that that person knows how to trade K2, but in reality, they're just copying my trades and then reselling them to you guys. So just keep that in mind, guys. The main way to find out if someone knows how to trade is to have them trade live for you. Like for me, how I trade live every morning, just have them trade live for you every morning, or have them analyze something for you from scratch so that you can see that they actually know what they're talking about and they actually know what they're doing and they're not just copying, you know, someone else's charts like myself. Because I do see a lot of people, who was I looking at earlier? London mentioned that there's these groups here. They just copy my trades, like literally they copy my trades with my own chart and it says K2 in it. And they don't even they don't know what they're doing. And then same with this one over here. This one is a little smarter. They copied my trade, but they took off my chart and they took off all the K2 stuff. So there's a lot of scammers out there that are trying to copy, like they just copy my trades. And then when the trade loses, or if it doesn't play out how they mentioned, or they don't know when to close out, they don't know how to explain themselves. So they end up banning the person who signed up. There was like one person here that signed up, like this person signed up for one of these groups and he asked like a question about the trade, like, oh, when do they move their stop loss? Because it says, remember to use a K2 exit strategy, right? This person doesn't know the K2 exit strategy because they don't know how to trade. They're just copying my trades. So just make sure that if you guys are copying trades or signals or strategies from anyone, that, you know, they're actually legit, because you're probably going to get scammed if that becomes the case. But yeah, I'm just bringing awareness to you guys so that you guys don't get scammed, because obviously you guys are here, so you guys are probably not going to fall for that trick if someone else reaches out to you. But anyways, looking at US 30 right here, it's doing exactly what I mentioned, right? I said that it was going to swing back up. If you guys are familiar with CNBC, it's really easy. It's like, the only reason I know this is because we trade every day. Like if you guys sit in on all my live sessions, I look at CNBC every morning and I see this pattern every single day. Whenever it's all red, they start to swing up. Whenever it's all green, they start to swing down. And there we go. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. Let's check out US 30 sentiment as well to see where everyone's trading. All right, this is perfect. So it's 57% of people are short. That means market is shifting to the upside. So as people start to shift to the upside, we can probably catch the earlier movements up. And then once they shift higher up, like once this becomes like 70%, we can start focusing on some shorts. So we'll catch this as it swings up. I think eventually long-term, US 30 is going to keep swinging down though. So this is just short-term moves since we're on the 10-minute. But I think overall, you know, US 30 is probably going to come down further and further. Let me check on the higher time frame to see what it looks like over here. So let's see what we got. Let's put this on the 1 hour. Zoom out from this point here. So yeah, US 30 looks like it's about due to drop. It hasn't dropped in a long time. So just looking at US 30 here, it might not drop too far, but it's got, you know, it's got a ways to drop right here at least. Because you can see here, it always comes due for some drops, right? It pushes up slightly and it has to drop at some point, temporarily at least. Comes back up, drops temporarily, comes back up, drops temporarily. So as you guys can see right here, it's building up, right? You see the U shape, it U's up, then drops, U's up, then drops, U's up, then drops, U's up, then drops. And then again, right here, same situation, U's up, and then it drops. So it looks like it's about due to drop right here. It hasn't dropped in a while. It hasn't dropped since the beginning of March, or February 25th, actually. So the last time it dropped down was towards the end of the month. So this looks like it lines up perfectly, because at the end of every month, look at January 21st up until 25th, it starts to drop, right? February 25th up until February 26th, it drops. What's today's date? March 25th. So what do you think is going to happen? It's probably going to drop. So just keep that in mind, guys, for the longer term push. So, you know, just use your common sense, guys. Like it's really easy. You just look at the charts and you're like, all right, comes up, then it drops, comes up, then it drops. What do you think is going to happen right here? It came up, then it's going to drop. And it's as easy as that. Just look at the chart and, you know, look for patterns. So other than that, let's go back to US 30 real quick. So we'll see how far it pushes up. It doesn't have to push up that far. If we get another scalping tree right here for a sell, I'll probably take the sell, even though we're looking for, you know, possible push up. But if we get a buy scalp, I'm going to take the buy, of course, because that's where it looks like it's going. So there's no zones right there. Other than that, we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. I wouldn't just enter a buy here, guys. I would just enter a buy right away. We're waiting for that confirmation, because it can still come down to this 2-hour support. It's still got some ways to go before it needs to really skyrocket up. Yeah, it's still got like 1,500 pips to go down here. So don't enter the buy just yet. Just wait for it. Wait for the actual buy signal. Let's see. Hey, morning, Matt. Hey, morning, Kel. Nice. Yeah, no problem, Kel. Kel said you're amazing, K2. Thanks for your streams. Definitely. Yeah, guys, I'm just here to help you guys out. So if you guys have any questions, this is your time to ask the questions so that I can answer them before we get focused on these scalps. But we're just waiting for this to actually play out before we hop into it. So there's nothing really right now for the US 30. Let me go check out the DAX real quick, because usually the DAX and the US 30 usually mirror each other. So as you can see right here, the DAX has been pushing up already, right? See this big push right here? DAX is usually leading. So if the DAX keeps pushing up, what do you think is going to happen with the US 30? This thing's going to keep pushing up as well. So that's another confirmation that you guys can use. Like, if you want to look at the confluences, you probably look at US 30, or you look at the DAX first. It's been pushing up. So what's going to happen with US 30? It's probably going to push up. What's probably going to happen with the S&P? This is probably going to push up as well. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you guys are taking these trades. DAX is leading usually. So if it's pushing up, these are probably going to push up as well. See if there's any other, I know you guys like to, oh, there's a scalp entry here for Josh's scalp. So I don't know if you guys want to take this or if you guys did take this, but there's a scalp here for Josh. Josh is a strategy. Think about maybe hopping into this, maybe for like a little profit. My MT4 isn't loaded down. All right, so Josh's entry hit full TP already. If you guys did take it or were thinking about taking it, I just entered really quick. I'm gonna enter for a really small scalp, make like $100 off this, and then close it out. There we go. What the? Oh, no way. Okay, so I entered that for like a few seconds right now. I literally just entered that trade that I just told you about, that buy, and I locked in $600 within a few seconds. Check, sorry here. See this buy right here, 325 just right now. I was in this trade for like 2 seconds. Like I entered it when I told you guys it was down here. I hit buy and then it shot up and I closed it like right away. So I locked in $600 right now with you guys this morning. Oh man, that's funny. Didn't you guys catch that? Let me see this real quick. Oh, it doesn't even, oh no. Yeah, you guys didn't even catch it. Josh, did you guys catch it? I literally just hopped, like when I told you guys, I was like, oh, there's just Josh's entry right there. I hopped in real quick and then I closed it out like a few seconds after and I made $600 off that. Talk about good luck, right? For Thursday. And it's still pushing up. Damn, I should have just held on to it. Could have been 1,000 right there. Yeah, it's all good. Oh man, that was quick. Oh, I just saw your message right now, Patricia. You said it's 3-minute scalps. Nice, nice. Yeah, I hopped into that trade real quick. Yeah, it's the same thing, Trell. It's pretty much, oh, I'm on the 5. That's why you guys didn't see it. Oh no, it was here on the 3 too. So depending if you were on the 3 or the 5, it was still up there, Trell. It's just we got better entry off the 5 because the 5 was right here and the 3 was right here. So depending on which one you guys caught, I just took that really quick. Like literally I entered, took a buy, I pulled out, made 600 real quick within a few seconds. So nice work off that. Let me see if there's anything else here that you guys took. Oh, nice. So Steven took it. So some people caught it with me. Steven made $20 off that trade. He took the buy when I said a buy, and he locked in some profit off that. So nice work, Steven. On point with that. All right, good work, bro. Good work. Josh too. So Josh actually caught it too, it looks like. Path to TP. So a couple of you guys did catch it with me. Nice work, Steven. Off that little profit right there. Profit's profit. So that was pretty solid for the most part. So there's that. I didn't even think I was going to push up like that. I was like just trying to catch like a few pips, but it spiked up. And then I ended up catching up more than I was expecting. So just like I mentioned earlier, guys, I told you it's probably going to swing up, right? So this is probably what's happening at this point. Well, oh, here's the daily entry right here, actually. If you guys want to take the daily entry, feel free. This is going to be the entry right here. So if you guys want to enter right now, you guys can. But this is the K2 daily US 30 entry. Here's the parameters right there if you guys want to take it. I'm going to have to post this up in the group real quick. So I'll post it to you guys here in the premium for those of you who want to take it. I'm probably going to scalp it up. I'm not going to hold on to the full move. I'm just going to scalp it. So let me just get this real quick. It's only off by like 20 pips. Not a big deal. Yeah, unless you guys want to put the buy stop, you guys can do that as well. You don't have to enter right away if you don't want to. So there's the buy stop right there. Send that to you guys in the premium. All right, so here are the parameters. Or if you guys in the premium, you guys will get the parameters. Let me just get the FTMO on here real quick too. So it's in profit, guys. It's currently in profit. I'll probably scalp it within. It's off by like 220 pips. So we'll just change that to 1. Change this to 39. Change this to 6. Change this to 6 as well. All right, guys. So I sent that out to you guys there in the premium. If you guys are in the premium, you guys can take that trade if you want. All right, cool. So there's a daily entry right there. I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to take the scalps that are within it. So if I see some scalps towards the upside, then I'll take them. But I'm probably not going to enter, or I might enter it with a smaller position, not a full size, because it's a bigger move. This might be useful for the scalps. So I'll keep watching for the scalps, and then this would be the full move for today. Let me set my alerts real quick. This is going to be 1500. Daily TV1. Daily. All right, so it's pretty solid. It's right at entry point right now. I have my alert set up, so I will notify you guys when we have updates. But for right now, it doesn't look like there's any scalps that are available just yet. If we see some scalps, I'll call them. If not, we'll be sitting tight and see what's going to happen from here. So let's check the DAX real quick. The DAX looks like it's just pulling down slightly, but overall it's bullish. So I think it's fine. Same with the S&P over here. It might pull down a little bit, but I think eventually it's going to swing back up. So we'll see where this, where this ends up playing out. This would be the daily entry for today. This is the daily entry. It's a bigger move. It's for 1,500 pips. So if that's the case, you guys should, use your risk properly. Don't over leverage off this. Don't, bet your whole account on this one trade, because this is a big move. You can probably, if you don't want to take the full move, you can probably just scalp within it. That'd probably be your best option if you can't handle, the big drawdown, because there's going to be some instances where it goes into some drawdown and then it ends up going, back in our direction. Like for example, yesterday, I think, So yesterday right here, you can see that this was the entry right here. So if you guys are familiar with the daily strategy, if you guys have been following any of my live streams, this is going to be the K² daily US 30 strategy. So first, you just want to confirm or look for entries after a New York Stock Exchange open, which is going to be 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. And then second, confirm the first valid K² signal, K² momentum signal. And then lastly, enter on the open of the following candle. That's pretty much it. And then we use a set TP stop loss. So for example, right here, this is the strategy. Market open here at 6:30. This is the first valid K² momentum signal. We take a short position right here. And I'll show you how it plays out. So basically, this is a position from yesterday. For this right here, this would, you can see that it goes into some drawdown, right? It tends to go into some drawdown. That's normal. It goes into some drawdown, but then eventually ends up coming back down and hits TP. So if you guys can't handle the drawdown, just wait for the scalps. But this is normal. It's normal for it to go into drawdown before it comes in the direction that it's supposed to go. So other than that, you know, that's pretty much the strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, or let's go back to price where it currently is. And as you can see, it's currently in some drawdown right now. So it's normal to go into some drawdown. If you guys can't handle the drawdown, then just wait for the scalps, or just catch it as it swings back up. So we'll see how this plays out. Other than that, here, let's see. Valentine said that his zones look a bit different from yours. So let's see. Valentine showed me his charts real quick. Yeah, that's weird. Let me check real quick. What time frame was Valentine in? He was in. He was on the 10-minute. Yeah, that's weird. Valentine, let me see. That green one right there. Yeah, I'm not sure why yours looks like that, Valentine. Let me go back real quick. Check this out. Oh, so I think the zones changed, Valentine. So there was a zone down here before when this one showed up. Let me see if I can replay it back to this area. Yeah, I don't know where I got that zone from, Valentine. I think that zone's from a different time frame. That's probably what it was. It was probably on the 5 or the 3 minute. So your zones are proper, Valentine. It's just that mine were different right here. Yeah, I don't know where I got that zone from. It might have been from a different time frame. Let me just go back real quick. Let's see. Let's go on the 5. 3. Yeah, I'm not sure where I got that zone from, Valentine. It looks like other people caught it too, though, unless it appeared and disappeared. Because sometimes that happens if you go on like a different time frame. Let's see, 60 minutes. Oh, okay, I see. So Valentine, that zone was off the 1 hour. So I don't know how I got that on my chart, but it was on my chart, and that's why it was different. But you're right. Your entry, there was no zone there at that time. So your zones are fine, Valentine. That's just normally how it plays out sometimes. I just, you know, if anyone knows how we got that zone, I saw it on the 1 hour, but I'm not sure if there was a zone that was there before and it disappeared. Because sometimes as price continues to move along, Valentine, it changes a bit. You know what I'll do? I'll go on the, I'll rewind to when the market opened. So the market opened around 6. Let's see if we can find it around 6. Yeah, I don't know, Valentine. Sorry, I'm not sure why I got why I had that zone right there. But other people had it too, unless I grabbed it from someone else. That might have been the key. All right, cool. Morning, Manuel. How's it going, bro? Carrie's asking, how do you scalp US 30? We scalp US 30 using the K2 snipe strategy. That's how everyone here does it as well. So there's no zone right here, but there was a zone right here earlier. So I'll just show you exactly, you know, what people do here at K2. So basically the way that this works is, let's check this off real quick. This is the K2 snipe strategy. So first, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot, which can be any pivot. 2, confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. And lastly, every time I get these alerts, it comes up. Lastly, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch candle body. So that's pretty much it. You just confirm the wick rejection off the, so for this green candle right here, if I replay to this point over here, right here, we have a wick rejection off the K2 pivot, this green pivot. We have a wick rejection off the K2 SR zone. And once you have that right there, you just want to make sure that this pivot doesn't touch the candle body, which it doesn't obviously. So if you take a short position right here, we use a fixed stop loss TP of 500 pips. So with that said, if we let that run, there you go, full TP, no drawdown. And that's how everyone locked in their profits over here as they went through. So as you can see, these sells over here, Dimitro made a couple $100 right there. Tam made $500 for that US 30 sell. Tam made a couple more $100, like $600 off that US 30 sell. John over here made about $300 off, or more actually. 500. He made about 1,000. So he had 630, 52, 392, 272. So a total of 500 net positive profits taking these sells here for US 30. Same with Valentine over here, all these sells. Ed over here, a couple thousand, 10,000 actually for the week. C-Soup with all these sells right here, he made about 1,000 off that too. So this is pretty much a strategy that everyone's applying. There's also different variations to it, but those other variations are taught to the K2 members. So if you're in K2, you'll learn it, but we don't necessarily teach them to the public, because you guys need the K2 indicators to apply these strategies. So if you guys want to learn the same strategy that everyone's using to like make all this profit here, nice. Steven made some profit right here too. So Steven made some more profit over here. Congrats, Steven. Nice work, dude. So Steven just joined K2, pretty recently. Steven said he's been following K2 for a while. He finally saved up enough money to sign up for K2, and he's pretty much locking in profits all throughout the week. So he just joined K2, and you can see, right, like this is our convo. We just started talking on March 23rd. That's 2 days ago. He literally just signed up to K2. He saved up enough money to sign up, and then now he's making profits every day with us. He bought US 30 with us the other day, made $13. He made some money off Bitcoin right here as well, using the same strategies that he's learning here. He made some more money off US 30, and then again this morning, some more money here as well. So nice work, Steven. Steven's one of our newest members. He just signed up. If you guys want to learn the strategy as well, just go on the website, k2trades.com, right here, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here, and you can learn exactly what we're doing here so that you can take these trades on your own. So yeah, nice work, Steven. Congrats, bro. You're doing pretty well. You're probably going to cover your subscription by the end of this week. But yeah, that's pretty much how we scalp that. So back to our daily entry over here. As you can see, price went into some slight drawdown, and then it's swinging back up, right? That's why I was telling you guys, like, don't worry about it, because it goes into drawdown sometimes, but it'll go back to where we were anticipating. I think overall it's going to be bullish for the day, because like I mentioned, if you follow CNBC, if this is all red, it usually swings upwards by mid-market. So it's only 7 right now. Probably by 10 o'clock, it's going to swing upwards. So yeah, it's just a game of patience, guys. I might enter this once we get through, once you get to halfway through market, then I'll probably enter it like right here. So I don't want to mess with this drawdown once it swings down. It's like, for example, right here, look when it started to swing. It took a little longer. So mid-market was when the entry actually happened, 10 o'clock. But like an hour later, it started swinging down. So I wouldn't be too worried about this trade just yet. We'll see what happens, within the next couple hours or so. But until then, we'll be looking for some scalps. Let's see if we have anything here. Let's see, we got one zone right here, and we'll just be watching. So, you don't have to force any trades, guys. Be patient and actually wait for the trades to appear. Because I see a lot of people want to just hop in a trade just because, like, they have a gut feeling it's going to go one direction. Just be patient, because you don't want to hop in too early or hop in too late. So that's about it for these right here. Other than that, I'll check out the chat real quick. All right, cool. So Paul wants me to take a look at Eurocad. So I'll pull up Eurocad for you guys 1 second. All right. All done with my coffee, so I'm good to go. All right, toss this out. All right, guys, so we're good to go. Let me go to Eurocad real quick for Paul, and I'll show you guys how I analyze everything from scratch. So if you guys are brand new here, I'll show you guys exactly what I do when I analyze a pair. So I'll delete everything off this chart, turn that off, zoom out from this point right here. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna identify market structure. In order to do that, I turn on the K2SR indicator right here, and then I go ahead and draw my zones on the chart for you guys right here. So pretty much all I do is I outline over the K2SR zones, because the K2SR zones draw perfect market structure for us. So if you guys are able to, get a hold of these indicators, these these zones right here make all the difference for you guys when identifying market structure, because you'll see people try to identify market structure and they put zones in like the randomest places. And that's like one of the hardest parts about drawing market structure is, you know, knowing where to put your zones, because there's so many places to put your zones, and it's really hard for you to really know where they're supposed to go unless you know, you have something that gives you a clear-cut idea of like, you know, where price is going and where it's been going. So anyways, right here, we have this zone over here set up, and this would be the next one right here. All right, anyways, going back to the 4 hour, I'm gonna turn off the K2SR zones. And then you can see from this point right here, if you zoom out, you can see how price moves from structure to structure, right? So for example, right here, price breaks into the structure, it goes up and sideways. So for example, right here, if we were to mark this area up right here, you can see the market structure, right? So on, let's see, on January 7th right here, this is one area of market structure. Well, this whole area right here is like a whole area of market structure, right? So if you look at this point right here, prices was really just ranging from up here up until down here. So if you took all of these zones out down the middle, see this market structure right here? This is market structure from January 7th all the way up until March 3rd, where I broke below it. So if you guys are able to draw these zones here, this helps you a ton when identifying market structure. So that's pretty much where it was moving up until the beginning of March. We're currently over here now. So price broke into this structure, it came down, and then now it's currently just ranging within this area right here. So if I was to delete all this stuff up here and show you guys here, if I just zoom out right here, if I was to delete all this stuff over here, then you can tell that you can see what's important and what's not. But these zones right here help you identify that, because it's hard for you to really tell if you have no zones there or if you don't know where to put the zones. So if I take all these off right here, you can see that current market structure is down here right now. So this is all that's really important from March 7th up until now, until price breaks above here or below this zone right here. That's really to determine, you know, where price is going to be going, where it's going to be going next. So I'm just going to put this back on right here. And then from this point, we'll just zoom into this area right here, because this is all that's important. So once we do that, we turn on the momentum indicator and we identify our bias. So for example, right here, our most recent signal was a sell signal right here, right? So with that said, we're only looking for sells. So as soon as price broke structure right here, off this following red candle, this is where we would have entered a sell position right here, because we have a rejection from this point up here. And you can see that price established a lower high there, right? Because you can see from up here, here's the high, the low, the lower high. And then what do you think is going to happen from this point? It's going to push down and try to break the lower low, right? So they can establish a lower low from that point. So what I see happening here for Eurocad is that price is probably, well, you know, obviously it did break structure down here, and it's just retesting the structure. So price broke structure right here. It's now retesting right here. And then at this point, it's probably going to bounce off it and come right back down. So this is basically what I see happening right here, Paul. I'm not sure if you're in a sell or a buy, but this is basically what I see happening right here for Eurocad. I see it breaking structure, coming back up for retest, and then bouncing off and coming back down. So we'll see how this plays out, but this is my bias right here. Reason for my bias is because the most recent signal was a sell signal right here. If it swings over to a buy, then, you know, if price ends up giving us a buy signal and then it swings above here, then at that point, yeah, I'll start looking for a buy. But at this point right now, we're still looking at a sell, because the most recent signal was a sell signal. So that's the reason for our bias right here. So what I see happening is it'll probably reject off this point right here, and then it'll probably just swing down. So that's pretty much it for now. But, you know, like I mentioned, don't like hop into the trade unless you're like positive about it. But this is basically my analysis for Eurocad right now. Let's see if there's any scalps here real quick for US 30. Before I continue. Nice. Yeah. So Paul has a sell bias too. So we're on the same track with this, Paul. And that's pretty good that you have, you know, have the same bias as me. So if both of our biases line up and you're using a different strategy, then that's more confirmation that it's going to go in that direction. So anyways, back to US 30s, trying to see if there's any other scalps here. All right. Looks good. Looks good. Doesn't look like there's any scalps that are available right here. Yeah, Paul mentioned structure hasn't been broken on the higher time frame. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. This is actually the daily support right here. So this is a daily support. This is the 4-hour structure. So for on my end, I have it where it broke the 4-hour structure, but you mentioned on the higher time frame. You're correct. It hasn't broken down here yet. I think even on the weekly, let me check real quick. So if we go on the 8-hour, there's no structure there. If you go on the daily, there's no structure right there. It's actually the weekly. Okay, yeah. So weekly right here. So it's, yeah, it technically is, I mean, it's below on the weekly, but it hasn't closed yet. Because if we turn this off, you can see that it's below the structure right there. So it's currently pushing. But yeah, so going back on the 4-hour over here, this is the, for me, this is the weekly support actually. So it's pretty far down. Let's go back to the scalps over here real quick. Yeah, there's no scalps that are available yet. Yeah, so it looks like it's still pushing right now. It's still got some ways to go. So we got to give it some time. It's only 7 o'clock because the market doesn't shift until midway, but we don't have any zones. So there's no scalps here available either. Let's go on the 3-minute real quick. Yeah, so we'll see if that sell signal appears on the 3-minute for Josh's. So if that sell signal appears, that'll be fine because then we're just looking for a buy right after it. But yeah, so that's it for US 30 right now and Eurocad. I don't see anything else available right now. Let me go up real quick. Neptune said, hey, Shawn, the daily US 30 entry is not going as planned so far. Yeah, it's not supposed to. If you look at the other one from the other day, Neptune, it didn't go as planned for it didn't go as planned for how long? For like 2 hours. You've only been in the trade for like 20 minutes. So it's, you have a lot of time. You got to be patient, Neptune. There's a lot of time that's on your hand right now. So you have to be patient. Like that's the whole point of trading. You got to be patient. Because you can pull out right now, and by the time you pull out, it's gonna go straight to TP. So just wait. It's still early. It's only 7 o'clock. Like you have to look at the time, and like I mentioned, it moves halfway through the market because it's only been like you've only been in the trade for like less than an hour, and generally the market doesn't shift until midway, right? So like check this out right here. See how the market opened yesterday at 6:30? What happened at 6:30? It pushed up, right? It initially pushed up. And then, like I mentioned before, at 10 o'clock, between 10 and 10:30, see when it started shifting right here at 10, that's when price started shifting in the opposite direction. So that's why you got to be patient. It's still too early in the market. You still have like about 2 hours left until it ends up pushing. Steven said, my heart's beating. Your heart's only beating because you over leverage. You over leverage, Steven. You when you guys enter these trades, your heart shouldn't be beating. You shouldn't be scared, because if you use proper risk, you'll understand that losses happen. But if if you use proper risk, it shouldn't affect you. Because if you look at all the trades that we had this week so far, so let's see. So if you look at all of the US 30 trades so far this week, I'll just type in US 30. So let's see. So on Wednesday, what's today? Today's Thursday. So yesterday we had how many full TPs here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Another full TP there. So that's like 4 full TPs for US 30. Let me see what else we got over here. On Tuesday, US 30 played out right here. This went into some heavy drawdown on Tuesday, US 30. So if you guys are following directions and not over leveraging and not over trading and not taking dumb trades, your heart shouldn't be breathing, Steven. Like the only reason your heart's beating is because you probably took too big of a lot size. You gotta be proper and consistent with your trades. If you don't feel right about a trade, then exit the trade, because you're probably gonna give yourself a heart attack at that point if your heart's really beating like that. So you guys can see we have a lot of wins from this week. So even if you have a loss today, it doesn't matter, because we had a whole bunch of wins already. Like if you look on Monday here, how many wins did we have, right? We had a lot of wins already. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys are entering a trade and you guys are getting nervous, you're not doing it right, because your emotions shouldn't be involved with these trades. If you have a loss, eat the loss, move on to the next one. But yeah, we have a lot of wins already for the week. So if you're scared about this trade, then pull out, because you're not going to feel good about this trade at all if that's the case. So other than that, just a reminder: use proper risk management and don't overtrade, and don't take dumb trades either. Because I talked to you yesterday, Steven. You made a lot of mistakes yesterday, and you understood that you made mistakes. So just go back and reread what we talked about this whole time and see what plays out. So this is fine. This is why I don't want to take the daily entry. This is why I'm just scalping within it, because I'm waiting for it to swing back up. We have a lot of time here. See, 10 o'clock isn't for another how many hours? From here up until 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock isn't for another hour, 2.5 hours right here. So if you can't handle the heat right here, you guys should never enter this trade. That's the thing. They're going to keep testing you until it reaches that point. Like for example, here, this one, where's the big one at? On Tuesday, I think. Tuesday at 6:30. This is where you were having your heart beating too, right, Steve? you had the same exact problem. You were like, you didn't know what was going on, and you were freaking out. So like, for example, right here, here's the entry from Tuesday, right? It's the same thing. So on Tuesday right here, the trade came in for the sell right here. And we just talked about this, Stephen. I told you, if you don't feel comfortable about a trade, don't enter the trade or pull out early. So for example, right here, this trade went into heavy drawdown too, right? Look how far in drawdown. It was in drawdown for about 2 hours. It was literally in some drawdown, and everyone was complaining and going crazy and was like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Everyone's all crying and have no patience or anything like that. And then what happened from that point? It went straight to TP, and all you guys were like, oh, I shouldn't have been scared. And I was like, yeah, exactly. So this is just, an example of why you guys shouldn't be freaking out about a trade, because it'll go into drawdown. There's no, it's inevitable. It's going to go into drawdown, but it'll eventually play out. So just keep that in mind if you guys are nervous about a trade and whatnot. Then you can let it, let's see, and you can let it play out. Let's see, everyone's messaging right now. Here's David. Where's David at? Where you at, David? I don't see you in here. David. Oh, there you go.
Yo.
Are you right there, David? Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo, I'm in my car, man. I don't report to work anymore.
Oh, you just work from your car now?
No, I got other stuff going on. I just got back to my car.
Yeah, and I'm messing with you.
Yeah, man. I'm running around doing all kind of last minute things, but I no longer report to work, but I still got other stuff that I got to handle.
Nice, man. Nice. No, definitely.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, dude?
Not too much, man. Same old, same old. Just waiting for these scalps, waiting for the market to play out. It's not really much for us to really look at right now. I feel like it's kind of.
I got that EU running 4% profit.
You still in the sell?
Yeah, it's running at 4% right now.
Nice. Yeah, we're halfway through. It looks pretty bearish to me, so it looks like it's on its way down. Let's see. Earn profit. Steven said, now I see why we should not enter challenge until we're fully ready. Yeah, I've been telling you, Steven, from day one. I've been telling you not to do anything, like don't trade live and don't trade your don't do FTMO unless you're 100% ready, because your emotions are obviously not there, because you always message me about your about being scared about trades. So yeah, definitely don't do it until you're ready. But anyways, let me get back to these questions over here. The next one over here was, let's see. What was the next question? Sorry, guys. I'm like looking up real quick. Promise wants me to take a look at gold. So I'll pull up gold for you guys real quick. Let's see. We got gold over here. Where's gold at? All right, anyway, so I'm going to analyze gold right here for you guys. So here's a naked chart. Zoom out from this point. First thing I'm going to do is draw market structure. Go ahead and draw this up for you guys right here.
Oh, the wife called. What'd I miss?
Oh, nothing, bro. We're just
what's going on with the market?
Market's being the market, bro. Same old, man. This week was kind of it's kind of weird. Well, I mean, there's a lot of news this week. I didn't realize that the Fed was speaking like every day this week, except for today. So I feel like the Forex market was a lot slower than we were anticipating. Did you take
heavy?
Yeah.
Are you guys in anything right now? I didn't have service for like 45 minutes.
Let's see. We're just in Euro USD, and I think that's it for right now. Yeah, because our USD CHF already hit full TP, so that hit full TP.
What's your TP for Euro USD?
Let's see. We are TP's at 1.17669. Where's yours?
Oh, that's good.
Is yours around the same area?
Yeah, I got 7650.
Nice. Damn, dude, it's starting to heat up over here in California, man. It's starting to get warm. Haven't had to open my window in a long time. Yeah, no, so you're like right next to our profit target. Yeah, it's at 1.17669. So you're pretty close to it. Not too far. So we should be good with that.
I'm running 5% now.
Are you? Nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. My stop loss was like 3-4 pips.
Are you trailing it?
Nope. I'm letting this run until I'm gonna take partials once it completes the 0% back to the 0% of the fib.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw your chart earlier. Let me see real quick.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Oh, gotcha.
It's actually about to hit.
Yeah, no, that thing dropped heavy, dude, from like where you marked it up. So you marked it up at like 1.18031. So 1.8031 was like way up here. Yeah, it's a nice little drop.
Yeah, man, it played out perfect. It was a perfect fit play.
Yeah, man, that's a good play. Yeah, it was better confidence because you took the same direction as us. So like when you sent me that, I was like, okay, cool, because it lines up exactly with ours. So nice. That one should be good. Hopefully that closes. Well, I'm sure it'll close before the weekend. So I think other than that, I think that's all that we really have right now.
Yeah, I'm about to close half just because I can't really monitor it.
Yeah.
The way I like to. I hate not being able to assess what's really going on. Like just using my phone, that's not enough for me.
Yeah, exactly. I can't trade on my phone, dude. I don't know how you guys do it. Like usually don't. Yeah. So when you're at work, how do you trade? You just go off your phone?
Can't. I have to run out to my car. And usually that's why you noticed in the morning around like 9:30, 9:45, I'm already in and I get out within 10 minutes.
Damn, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not messing around. I'm not messing around with that, man.
You had to get a separate computer for work, bro, with your magic keys.
I can't, dude. I wish.
Put it under your desk, but nobody will know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be in jail.
Exactly, right? Some insider information right there. All right, let me analyze gold real quick for promise. Let me just pull this up. All right, so here's gold for you guys. I marked up the zone. Here, I'm gonna redraw everything. So I'll delete everything off the chart. Zoom out from this point. First thing I'm gonna do is turn on my K²SR indicator to identify market structure. And then I'll go ahead and draw my market structure here for you guys. So we got that zone up there. We got that zone right there. We got this zone right here. And you guys can see how easy it is and how quickly you guys can identify market structure if you guys have the, the K²SR indicator, because it takes all the guesswork out of it. It pretty much plots the structure on the chart. You just draw over it, and then you can make your adjustments how you see. And then from there, you're pretty much set. So once we have this market structure drawn, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn that off. And looking at gold here, you guys can see that different market structure was established all throughout the year. So like, for example, right here on January 8th, this is the market structure for that period right here. Price broke below the structure right here. It created a new market structure on this area, or actually continued on. So this continued on from here up until here, it looks like. And then when price broke below this structure, it created a new market structure down here. So from here, from January 8th up until down the daily, hit stop loss, guys. Fortunately, it hit stop loss. It's all good. We're going to catch the scalps on the other way. So right here, going back to what I was just mentioning, January 8th over here, this is the market structure for gold where it started, and then it closed out over here on February 15th. From that point, there's new market structure that was established right over here. And this would be the next market structure right here from like February 15th up until February 26th. So from February 26th until today, March 25th, this is going to be the current market structure within this area right here. So when this happens right here, this is where we zoom in from, because this is the area that's important, right? So price broke into structure right here. This is all that's of importance right now. This whole area right here. So with that said, we turn on the momentum indicator. And then from this point over here, we end up identifying our bias. So right here, we have a sell signal. So our bias is going to be for a sell, and we'll turn this back off. So what we identify from this point right here is that price is just consolidating sideways between this zone and this zone down here. So with that said, price can do one of two things. We have a sell bias right now. So price can either reject off this point, come back down here. And then once it closes below this area right here, this is where we would write it down to this area. And then if it closes below here, this is where we would write it down even further, right? The main key areas of structure would be this lower zone right here, which would be at 1699.20, or this structure up here, which should be 1767.05. So with that said, if price is to break above here, then we can expect a big push upward. So we can take a buy in that direction. That's going to be one way of catching. That'd be the direction in that area. Vice versa, if price ends up closing below this area down here, then we can expect this to drop from here. So that's that's pretty much what we're waiting for here for gold. But gold's just been going sideways for a long time now. Gold's just been going sideways since, let's see, since March 12th. So it's been going sideways for about maybe 2 weeks now. One way to identify this right here and to determine what direction price is going to go is to look at the dollar index. So I'll go ahead and pull up the DXY over here, and the dollar index moves opposite of gold. So for example, if the dollar index is going up, then we could expect gold to go down. Because if you guys understand how these Forex pairs work, or how certain pairs like this where it's paired against gold, when price is going down, that means that the second currency is stronger than the first currency. And then vice versa, when price is going up, that means that the first currency is stronger than the second currency. So with that said, if this ends up going downwards, it's because the dollar index is strong, because gold moves opposite of the dollar. So if the dollar is going up, then you could expect XAU USD to go down. If the dollar is going down, then you can anticipate XAU USD to go up. So with that said, that's pretty much how it would work out. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for the most part. All right, cool. So it looks like we're good to go, guys. So yeah, unfortunately, US 30 hit stop loss. Yeah, I think broke. What? No, that's not it. Let me go back to where we were. Yeah, it's testing that support that I mentioned. See, I had a 2-hour support right here. This is why I didn't want to enter too early. And that's why I didn't enter the daily with you guys. I gave you guys a signal, but I told you guys that I wasn't going to take it. So unfortunately, did hit stop loss for you guys that did take it. But other than that, it's probably going to swing back up. But we'll see. We got to wait for it to break the structure right here. So if you guys followed me from the beginning, I mentioned I was going to take it. It was too risky because I thought I was going to come back down and test it. So what could happen here is price can either reject off this point right here, or it can continue dropping from here. But this entry did look good when you first looked at it. The reason why it looked good is because the DAX was bullish, and the DAX and US 30 usually mirror each other. So you can see right here the DAX was super bullish, but then it ended up just spiking down immediately right there. Same with US 30, it was pretty bullish slightly, but then it ended up dropping. And same with S&P as well. So the S&P, it was bullish as well. So if we rewind to this area, this is when we enter the trade. So it was bullish, and then it just came down heavily. Same with the DAX over here.
Can I see the DAX on the 15?
On the 15, let me show you.
Yeah.
Take this off. Yeah, it's still pretty, well, it just dropped off this most recent candle, it looks like. It's pretty bullish. It's been bullish since 5 this morning.
I see.
Yeah, not sure what caused the drop. Let me check the news real quick. Is there anything that, was there, the Fed wasn't speaking today, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable with it. That's why I didn't even take it myself. We'll see where it plays out.
S&P, man, I've been monitoring S&P.
Yeah.
It's damn near perfect.
The S&P?
Yes. It respects so much. Perfect,
yeah, looks
man.
like it. Looks like they got it.
There was a perfect sell right there.
Where at? From
the close of the green up candle.
this one right here? Yeah.
Yep. That was the perfect sell. Because, most of the, 90% of the time I'm selling when candles are going up and I'm buying when candles are going down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because I can see what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I drew this market structure without even the K2SR zone. Let me see if I was on point with it.
Look at that perfect sell.
Yeah. Exactly. This one right here.
Yep.
Momentum indicator. Yeah. If we took that sell signal right there, that'd be great. Let me check the chat real quick. Damn, Steven.
I bet you that's close to a 50% retracement too. Draw fib from the start of the push to that lower wick before the bigger drop.
Let me see if I find a tool. Or are you saying from which area? From this drop, for this top?
So from right above the 1 on your 15-minute chart. So the start of the drop.
Yeah.
This morning. No, higher up. Because you got it. You want to catch the retracement. So that move your cursor to. I can't see the time. So see the red candle underneath right next to the 1 for the 15-minute.
This one right here?
Up. Nope. Up, higher. Up. That red candle.
This one right here, right?
No, to the right.
To this one right here?
No. The start of the push. The start of the push.
Yeah, this one right here. Or this one over here.
No, because that was a little retracement. To the right.
Right here?
To the right. Yeah, the big that. Right. No, the right. That candle.
When you do the fib, don't you go from the swing high? Because this would be the swing high up here.
Nope.
This is why I don't use the fib. This shit doesn't always work.
Because you don't know how to use it. When you know how to use it, it's proper. Look at the rejection from the golden zone. Perfect. I didn't even need a fib to see that.
Yeah, but it lines up with my zone too, because I do my own zone right here.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, right? It does.
I mean, but I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, same situation. Like the same with the K2SR. That's why our zones match up with the K2SR, because it's usually it's usually the same area that we're looking for. So yeah, no, definitely. Like this came up, came down, retraced up to the zone. Well, my zone and your fib, which would be the 618, and then it ended up dropping.
What I'm trying to show is like I don't need to use the fib, but I just for other people to help.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And that's why I don't use the fib either.
And
Yeah.
that's why I said I can see it with just my eye.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I did it too. Like when I drew these zones here, like I didn't even use the K2SR. Like I already knew where it was. Like it's
Right.
just if you just identify it, because you can identify the swings. It's like not that difficult. Like right here, the swing high. Again, right here, another swing high. Again, right here, another swing high. And then you can see the liquidity within that area right there. That's how I drew that. And then the same area that we identified right here, that big drop. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was a perfect sell right there. If anybody trades SP.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's why I'm saying like SP is a little bit more perfect than US 30. It's just like just keep looking at it.
Yeah, I know. I don't really like S&P though. I know some people like it. It's like one or the other. You know, some people like S&P, some people like US 30. So it's always like it's generally, I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's just they move a little different. I feel like US
Yeah,
30 moves a lot faster.
yeah, it is. I think because the SP has more companies involved,
Yeah, exactly.
it
500.
it, it runs a little bit more smoother.
Yeah, because like the other companies can offset the other
Yep.
ones, vice versa.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no,
But
definitely.
yeah, man, that would have been a perfect sell if anybody was paying attention.
Yeah, no, definitely. Here said a US 30 over S&P. Yeah, same here. I mean, it kind of moves the same for the most part. It doesn't necessarily
It's all relative. I mean, percent gain is still percent gain.
exactly. All right, let me see what else we got over here real quick. So let me go to the chat real quick and see what we were looking for over here. Let's see. But yeah, I was looking at Steven's message. Steven said that he's down. How'd you go down 4K, Steven? I'm like curious how you went down so much. Because everyone else has been profitable. I didn't see anyone else in the negative today. Looking at everyone else over here, I haven't really seen anyone post any bad profits. I mean, some people had losses here, but they bounced out in profit. I'm not sure how Steven got so many losses though. Yeah, because everything else here, everyone else has been doing pretty good. Valentine made about 500. John made 500. Tam made about 600 off here or about 1,000 for both of her accounts. Let's see who else. Ed over here made about 10,000 for the week. Sisu made a couple $1,000 there. So I don't know how did I don't see if you're still on here. You said you were off for the week or for the day. Trying to figure out what trade did you take. Might have just taken some bad trades. Because if you were taking the same ones that everyone else was taking, it was it's perfectly fine for those. But who knows? Back over here real quick. All right, so yeah, US 30 is rejecting off that 2-hour support, like I mentioned earlier, guys. So this is why I didn't take that daily entry earlier. Unfortunately, it didn't hit. I didn't know if it was going to come down fully like that, but it did. It came down exactly how we were mentioning. If you guys rewind the replay, I actually marked up a zone. I marked up some arrows here that was going to come down, but unfortunately, the signal came before that, and it happens. Here, let me see real quick. What else we got over here? Trell mentioned that the DXY is better correlation to than DAX. DXY runs opposite of US 30. Does it? I haven't really looked. Let me check. So here's the DXY. Let's put the DXY on the 10-minute, and then we'll pair it up with the US 30 over here on the 10-minute.
Just overlay it on the US 30 chart.
Does that work? Or I can just do this side by side.
Yeah, just put the compare.
Let's see the fourth. I don't think it moves opposite, Trail. I'm looking at it right now because it looks like on this day over here it's bullish for the EXY, and this is bullish too. And then it ended up coming down at like 8. Or
A better comparison is going to be EU for the DXY.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That's why I trade EU so much.
EU with US 30?
No, with DXY.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're looking for a correlation with US 30.
Yeah, there's not really going to be one. The better one might actually be SP.
Yeah, well, I like the DAX. Let me go to the DAX real quick. I think the DAX is probably the one that mirrors it the most. Kinda. It's choppier though. So it kind of follows it a little bit here. It's choppy, it shoots up. It's gonna go straight up, and then it drops right here, or it drops here as well. Choppy, then a big drop, and a big drop right here as well. So I think DAX and S&P are definitely going to be the best ones to mirror it. The S&P, of course, you know, S&P is just a bigger index, but it's pretty much the same thing for the most part. But yeah, Trell, I don't know if you like how you look at it, but I don't think it really correlates that much with it, because
No, it doesn't.
it doesn't. It's just because the thing is, if you're looking at it from that perspective, it's just and we traded on the 10-minute, so that's what you would match it with, a 10-minute. It's just too choppy. So I don't think, because I don't think they're inverse correlations. Like I don't think if the dollar goes up, that doesn't mean that the stock market goes down, right? Because the dollar can go up and the stock market can go up with it. So I don't
Yeah,
think
last week it was.
Yeah, last week it was. So if we go back to like last week where it was bullish right here, or let me see, this was from May 22nd. Yeah, so right here, the dollar was strong and the DXY was strong. So I don't think they're inverse correlations, Trell, for these two. Because I've looked at it before. I know other people have mentioned this before too. And they actually move the same direction. Like they look exactly the same. They're mirror. So I wouldn't necessarily line them up together, because then that could give you a incorrect analysis of the chart if that becomes the case. But I've definitely been looking for a correlating pair, or even an inverse correlation for it, just so that we can match it up like with gold. But it just doesn't line up necessarily with what I'm looking for.
No, we've said this for a year. US 30 does whatever the hell it wants.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're looking for a direct inverse correlation to the DXY, you want to look at EU.
Yeah.
And EU just hit my 0% fib, so it came back to that bottom wick.
Yep. No, exactly. Oh, for EU?
Yeah, EU just hit the 0% on the fib, so it came back to the original retrace. So now I'm closing half 70. I closed 75%.
Yep. Exactly.
And now
Nice. I think it's gonna drop to full TP. It should.
Yeah.
Like it's on its way.
Let's see. So right now I closed with, oops. Right now I've closed with a 4.7% gain.
Nice. Pretty good. Let's see what are we gaining on this one. Nice. Yeah, we're in profit. Let's see the measurement for that. We're in profit for this one about like 35 pips, 37, on its way down. So it should be pretty solid. Let me check the chat real quick to see what I'm missing. Let's see. Roosevelt wants me to take a look at Bitcoin. So I'm gonna pull up Bitcoin for you guys real quick. That's the daily.
Yeah, we gotta get out of our house by Monday, man.
Yeah. You guys find a temporary spot for now?
Yeah, so we're gonna stay in the Airbnb for a couple days, and then my wife and kids are gonna go to South Carolina on the 1st, and they'll be there for a while. And then
like family?
Yeah, my family's gonna be in South Carolina for probably a couple months while I get situated in Italy.
Nice. So when are you moving to Italy?
I'll be there by April 10th.
Yeah. Damn, dude, that's like next week.
It's like 2 weeks, dude. It's like, yeah. I don't know, 11, 12 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to do.
Yeah, I bet, man. Good luck, bro. You already moved all your stuff out of your house already?
No, the movers come on Monday.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm looking at Bitcoin right now for you, Roosevelt. So looking at Bitcoin right here, if it does close below the structure right here, so if we turn the momentum, we don't have the sell signal yet, but if price does close below the structure right here, the K2SR structure, then yeah, you could expect it to drop even further. So two things can happen here. This candle closed in about 53 minutes. Price can either close below here and drop, or it can reject off this point and swing all the way up from there. But that's pretty much all that I see for Bitcoin right now. I don't see any confirmation yet. If you go on the 1 hour, let's see. Yeah, it still hasn't closed below. So maybe in the next hour, 53 minutes, if this closes below that structure right there, you can determine whether it'll be a good sell or whether it'll be a reversal and swing back up. So other than that, let's see. Look at this idiot over here, Jitfaya TV. He was saying, if you want to recover, don't take no fucking trades from K2. All right, bro. I guess like all these profits here are like nothing, right? So he's like, yeah, don't take any trades. But we had profits all week and we had one loss. And all of a sudden, it's like, it's
who
like,
was that?
I don't know, whoever here is in the chat. This dude always comes in. It's probably Harry.
Oh, I don't got the YouTube up.
This dude, it's funny. We always have like a troll in the room that always wants to talk. He's talking about how like he was so able to identify US 30 as a buy. Well, then send a chart then, bro. Like people always want to talk, but they never got anything to show for it. It's like, all right, like he identified the move after it happened. Of course, you're gonna see the sell here because it already happened. But when it was over here, he had nothing to say when it was over here, right? So when this was rejecting off this point, Jitfaya TV or whatever your name is, bro, he had nothing to say. All of a sudden it comes down. He's like, oh yeah, it was a sell. How do you guys not see that sell? Bro, people just like, it's just funny how people are always like, as things happen already.
Yeah, forget them. Don't even entertain whoever that is.
Yeah, he's like, it was at a major resistance zone. All right, well, I guess so. So I guess this was a major resistance zone right here. So if we turn on our K2SRs, where is the major resistance zone, bro? Yeah, we'll send a chart then. Send Jitfaya, since you're so smart, bro, send a chart. Yeah, he called it after the fact. He said after, okay, it's at a resistance zone. Yeah, because price has already dropped, bro. That's why you're able to identify this right here, because the resistance was established after we entered the trade. We entered the trade right here. So how did you identify that resistance zone? You just say, make it make sense. This dude couldn't even spell sense right. He spelled make it make sense. And then he corrects himself, make it make sense. Yeah, it's whatever. It's all good, guys. You always get trolls in here. Like every day we get like at least one troll that thinks he knows everything. But then he says after it's dropped, oh yeah, there's a resistance there. Then why didn't you say it when we took the trade? Exactly. It's funny, whatever. It's all good. It doesn't matter because we're still making profits over here. Jitfaya, I don't know about you, but you know, we got days and days of profits over here. So I don't know what you're so smart over there with your after the fact call. It's all good. Anyways, guys, let's look for some scalps here. So we're still looking for some scalps as we go. Over here. Let's see, there's nothing here for this either. So we're still waiting for the signal here, even on the 3-minute, but there's nothing really playing off this point. We did have that sell there. So if you guys took that sell there from this previous sell signal using Josh's strategy, it looks like that would have hit as well. But other than that, let's see. Let me see if there's any other questions. Sorry, guys, because I just see that this thing, that there's just a bunch right here. There's a bunch of stuff that you guys just might do.
Hey, did you ever look into TradeStation like you were going to?
What was that, TradeStation? Yeah, no, I looked at it, but the deposit was the minimum deposit was just high because you have to trade off margin. I didn't want to trade off margin. There's just no like. There's too much risk with it if I trade it off.
There's a minimum?
Yeah, the minimum for the account that I was trying to get was
a minimum deposit?
Yeah, there's a minimum deposit for the one that I was trying to buy because I was trying to trade the standard contracts, not the minis. And it just wasn't, it didn't work out well. Maybe eventually later I'll probably look at it, but right now it's just not necessarily it's not really worth the risk. So let's see.
Gotcha. Do they offer, but they offer indices, right? Just under the futures?
Yeah, not necessarily indices, but the CFD, the contract for difference. So it's the actual,
gotcha.
the actual future.
Because I'm trying to figure out, obviously I want to put my money somewhere trusted.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to trade. I also want to be able to trade indices.
Yeah, no, same here. That's why I'm just sticking with that right now. Because it's not really, I mean, it's still doing the job, you know?
Yeah. I want to, I'm going to put my own money into another account and keep everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. Let me see if there's any other questions here, because I missed all these other questions here. Sorry, guys, I think I kind of flooded over here, so I can't really see what was asked over here. So if you guys have any other questions, put them in the chat, and then we can take a look. We're still looking for some scalps here, but there's not really anything for us to take right now at this specific time and place over here, because price is bouncing off this support, and there's no other zones here on the 10-minute. We're just waiting for the zones to populate within this area over here. And once these zones over here populate, then we can take some scalps in that direction. But until then, we're just sitting tight until that happens. So here's a buy entry for Josh's his scalp strategy right there. I'm not going to take it, but if you guys want to take it, you guys can. Josh's 3-minute scalps right there.
Have you taken any trades today?
Yeah, I took this one scalp here, the one at the beginning over here. Let's see, I took this buy scalp. Where was it? Over here. So this is the only one I took. I took this earlier when you took that buy scalp when you first opened, and then I just made a quick profit off that. I made like history. Yeah, it was just one trade. This one right here, made 600 off that. I didn't take the daily entry because I was waiting for some scalps to swing up, but I didn't take the other ones. Yeah, this is Josh just mentioned right now. He said 3-minute looking good. So yeah, it looks like your 3 minutes about to hit, Josh. I should have just taken it. It's all good.
Yeah, I can see it pushing up a little bit.
Yep, there you go. So it hit TP right there for Josh's 3-minute. If you guys took Josh's entry, but yeah, I'd be looking for the.
Is the stop loss? Is the stop loss double the size of the take profit?
Yeah, that's the one that's what Josh uses because his win rate's so high. So he's able to eat that if it does happen. But everyone's been doing pretty good from that. Like looking at everyone's profits, it's like literally been on point. Like everyone's just been hitting wins. There's some losses that happen every so often, but I think there's so many wins that outweigh the losses. Like CC over here, he takes like every signal, and he ends up having way more wins than losses. Like same with Spencer. He took like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He took 10 trades, 8 wins, and 2 losses. So they're willing to take that risk. But that's why I don't necessarily take it like that. Like usually I'll just wait for the 10-minute because I do the normal risk. But I think for Josh's, he used 25 to 50, which I mean, it works. If it works, it works. You know, like I'm not going to knock it if it works because everyone else has been doing pretty good using it. I think Cheryl over here locked in 1,700. And these are all from today. Dude, it's crazy. All these people made this many profit today. Unfortunately, I only had one. So like, yeah, Cheryl made 1,800 today on one account, 1,700 on the other account. C-Suit made a couple thousand over here. Spencer made 800. Luke made 100.
Hey, has Josh tried it with better risk to reward, like in practice, to see how it plays out?
Oh, what was that? Sorry,
has Josh tried it with a better risk to reward?
He hasn't. He just started using it recently. Even if I was to use it, I would just use the what's it called, the 25 to 25. I wouldn't use the double, but he's been using it for double and it's been good. It's just
no, I'm just trying to figure out if he's thought about like at least making it 1-to-1 instead of risking twice as much as he's.
Yeah, exactly. Because the 1-to-1 looks fine too. Like if you do 25-25, that's why when I do take the trades myself, I only do a 1-to-1 because it usually doesn't go into drawdown at all.
Right, because I mean, with that 3 minute, it's going to be so quick anyway.
Exactly.
It's either going to win or it's either going to lose.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, Josh said he's been doing 25-25. So I guess Josh did change it. He does 25-25 now. He does 1-to-1. Okay, cool. So yeah, Josh does use 25-25 now. He switched it up. I know like earlier in the week or like last week he was using 25-50, but now he uses 25-25.
Because it looks like just right there, it was just perfect. It ran up and boom, done. You're out.
Yeah, it looks good. Yes, me and Josh we haven't really met on it yet. We're gonna meet today actually. So Josh, I don't know if you want to do a public. Maybe it'd be good if we do a public. So we'll probably do a public session today, guys. If you guys want to sit in on it, me and Josh are gonna go over his strategies tonight, and we're gonna go over the details of it, so that if you guys want to learn how to use this on the 3-minute, we'll be going over this right here. But yeah, I mean, overall, the week's been pretty good so far. So if we go over to, a lot of people are asking, how many trades did we take this week? We didn't really take that many trades because it was a heavy news week. We took a decent amount of US 30. So for example, last week we had all the full TPs. Like we had straight wins last week. We had 4 wins and 0 losses for Forex. We had 10 wins and 0 losses for indices. And then this week we had, let's see. We had 1 win right here, or no, not that one. We had a win right here for US 30 for 500 pips. We had another win for 250 right there. We had another win for 250 there. So we were in profit about 500 pips on Sunday or Monday. And then we had another win there. So we had a lot of wins this week. We just had 1 loss right now for that daily entry. And then we had like 1 scalp loss yesterday, I believe, because of the news. Yeah, this one right here. So overall,
how many people's 1 loss ate up half their profits though?
What was that?
How many 1 losses ate up half their profits though?
Oh, exactly. I know. If you guys are using proper risk management, you guys should be perfectly fine. If you guys can eat those losses, because if you have like 10 wins and 2 losses and you're using proper risk for every trade, that's only going to eat out like 20% of your profits, not necessarily the complete 100%. So, like what me and David were mentioning like earlier this week too, guys, you guys have to understand proper risk.
You got to do a class.
Yeah, we have to do a proper risk class, because if you guys are losing that much profit, like Steven, I saw that you lost a lot of profit today too. There's no way that you should have lost that much profit if you're using proper risk, unless you had like 4 back-to-back losses, which that just doesn't happen. If you look at anyone's profits here, like literally everybody, you never see that many back-to-back losses. There's probably like 1 loss, a big win, and then a small loss. You have like 2 decent losses and the rest are wins. So I don't know if like you were probably over leveraging or anything like that, Steven, but if you have details, if you want to send your trades, we can see, because you can see these are all blue. Like our win rate here is so high that everyone just, most of the time they win, straight wins. And then he had a couple losses right there, but they go back to wins to cover his losses. So I think we definitely have to sit down with everyone and do something about proper risk, because it seems like a lot of you guys don't really get it yet. Or not. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of you guys. There's some of you guys that do get it, some of you guys that don't. But we definitely want to make sure that all you guys get it, so that you guys don't end up losing too much profit when you guys can easily eat losses here and there. So
can you create an event?
Yeah, we can do like a webinar that's like, scheduled for a specific date.
Yes, let's put something on the schedule and have people like, I don't know, reply like yes, they would like to attend, or they would even like to see, a class on that, because I'm sure half the people don't even understand proper risk management.
Yeah, exactly. And I could see it too in like some people's profits. Like in some people's profits, I'll see like I'll see a couple. Let me see if I can pull it up, because I can see when people aren't following proper risk. Because if you look at their account sizes, like right here for Dimitro, he was going like 0.01. He went from 0.01 to 0.05. Like that's not proper risk. You guys can't go from a 1 lot to a 5 lot. like after a few trades. See, like Tam's using proper risk. She's all using 0.10s. John over here, he's using 2 lots for every single trade. That's proper risk right there. Valentine over here, 1.5. He uses proper risk. These are the people that actually know what they're doing, right? They're doing it properly. But then you'll have like a couple other people. Like I don't want to throw. No, actually, Spencer's fine. I was gonna throw Spencer under the bus. Let's see what we got over here.
Well,
See, like everyone
well,
here,
I mean, the lot size doesn't necessarily mean all that much, because, like, for instance, I use 0.5% risk per trade.
no, but these guys are taking the same trade. These are just scalps, so they can't go in the same scalp from like a 1 lot to a 5 lot, right? So that's like,
Gotcha.
yeah. So you could use the same lot if you're using the same trade. If you're going for 500 pips each trade for US 30, you can continue using, you know, the same lot size. But if you're going from a 1 lot to a 5 lot and you're going for that same exact move, that's where you're basically gambling at that point. So, you know, definitely we want to help you guys learn that, where you guys have to just be consistent, because if you guys are consistent, that's gonna, that's really the game changer for you guys. Because the thing is, our win rate's so high. So as long as you have more wins than losses, you should be able to bounce back from it. You know, just eat the few losses that we have, and then they bounce back from that point after. Kimmy said, what happens when you just have bad luck and enter all the losses? Oh man, that's horrible. That's why you guys got to be consistent with your trades too. Sometimes that does happen. So in some instances,
That's happened.
it happens.
That's happened.
Because some people like you can see sometimes, like if you look here, like for Josh's scalp strategy, right? For Josh's scalp strategy, you can take, like literally you can take this right here, and obviously this would be a win right here. So that's a win. You take this for a loss. Actually, yeah, you take this for a loss, and then you just end up waiting and you take like the next trade over here, and it ends up being for a loss, right? If you skip one trade, because if you take this one, probably win. If you take this one, it'd be a loss. So like it can happen where you just end up having you know, bad luck. But it happens, you know, sometimes you just have to be consistent with your trades. Bad luck does have a say in like determining if you win trades or not. But yeah, like what Josh is telling you right there in the chat, can you like, yeah, don't be discouraged. Just keep trading. And you know, you just had a bad week. That's just how it is. Because some people have bad luck, some people won't. Some people have great luck and they just pick all the winners. But for the most part, if you just take every single trade, you should be fine overall. Hey, Josh, you took this trade right here, right? Yeah, that hit full TP for you. Yeah. So that's Josh's entry right there. He hit full TP. Let me check the 10-minute real quick. We're just waiting for some scalps here, guys. There's no zones within this area. So we're waiting for price to come up and then either come back down, or price to come up, come back down, test the structure, and then shoot back up from there. So that's basically what we're looking for here. Kimmy said, "I need the I need a golden nugget. After losses, I get scared, and I feel like everyone is on 2 and 4s, and I'm on 1 and 3s." Yeah, no, exactly. That's common, Kimmy. Yeah, because I noticed like Dimitro too. He took like last night. What did we do last night? Last night everyone took the buys and we all won last night. But Dimitro he was the only one that took the sell and he ended up losing. When was it? It was like last night. Yeah, like everyone took one position here and they all took wins. And Dimitro took the only one that lost, or actually he won that one. But the night let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, like everyone took the, let me see if I could find it here. So there's too many messages here, guys. I can't find it. It was like 3 a.m. It was yesterday afternoon. Yeah, everyone took buys here. Like we were talking about the, man, there's so many messages here. Let me check real quick. I put I'm in that too. I can't even figure it out. But yeah, anyway, so last night everyone took like a buy. Oh yeah, so we took this buy right here, right? Me, Tam, almost everyone here took this buy. but Dimitro is the only one that took the sell. So he's the one that took a loss, but everyone took a buy. So it just happens sometimes. You just get bad luck. It's not that you took a bad trade. It's just that you took the only one that lost and everyone else took the buy. So it happens. All right, cool. All right, other than that, we're still looking for some scalps here. I don't know if we'll find one. Hey, Josh, if you see a sell here, you're gonna take a sell for the US 30. Yeah, that's crazy, Kimmy. How have you been? But we did like during our mentoring session, you were applying the strategy completely wrong. Remember, Kimmy? So that had a say in why you had those losses too. Because we had I think our mentoring session was like a few weeks ago, and we did go over the strategy, and you were actually applying it completely wrong. So that could probably be a factor in your losses. Because I remember when we had your mentoring session, it was like you were taking tips from someone else, and they taught you the wrong way to trade. So yeah, if you want to learn the strategy, I mean, learn it from someone that actually does it, and don't learn it from someone that's trying to show you something else. Because I remember during our mentoring session, you were like drawing the zones completely opposite of what they were supposed to be drawn. All right, guys, we're just waiting for these scalps here. No scalps yet. It's rejecting off the 2-hour support like we mentioned earlier. Rejected from this point right here. Yeah, no, so Kimmy said, I remember the mentoring. I know the strategy. It's just my luck. It's confirmed. Yeah, because I know in the beginning you were applying, like, I know we went over the requirements, and the requirements aren't that difficult, right? The requirements for the scalp strategy. So for the K2 snipe strategy, US 30 10-minute. Just firm wick rejection off K2 pivot, which would be any pivot. Second, confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. And lastly, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch body. I forgot what you did differently on yours, Kimi. I think the difference for yours was the zones, right? Oh yeah, because what happened was Kimi, his zones were actually like way off. Like if I go back to US 30 here, I'll just show you guys exactly what I mean by that. So you guys got to make sure your settings are on proper, because I remember when I went over it with Kimmy. So these were the K2SR zones. Like these are how the zones are supposed to look. Kimmy didn't have a certain setting on. So Kimmy had it where the setting was like this. And you can see the zones are completely different. Like these zones don't even line up at all with how the previous zones are. So these zones right here, when you turn this on, like I'll draw the zones here for you guys, and you guys will see how different they were from Kimmy. That's why Kimmy kept eating losses, because he wasn't applying the strategy properly. But now that we fixed it, he's done better, but I guess he still has some bad luck on top of it. Yeah, so these are the proper zones, right, guys? So you guys can see here that we have the proper zones set up. If I turn this off right here, see, Kimmy had completely off zones. Kimmy's zones were like way over here and way down here, and that's why these were all totally different. So when you guys, if you're using the K2SR indicator, make sure that you go to the settings and turn on show body levels, because if not, you're going to have completely wrong trades. So there we go with this right here. But yeah, Kimmy, unfortunately, it seems like you just had, like, you had a stroke of bad luck, because everyone else has been doing pretty good. And I'm sure you've seen, everyone's profits for like the entire week and the entire month, actually. If you guys are in the public or the premium group, you guys can see that every day we post the profits for everyone here. Like this is literally everyone's profits from yesterday. And we do this every single day. So, as you guys can see that it does, I mean, there's just some people that just have bad luck, unfortunately. But you guys can see here that we post the videos every single day, like sometimes even twice a day, if there's a lot of profits to be posted on there. No, you're fine, Kimmy. Just stay consistent, and I mean, your time will come when your luck swings around. But yeah, it just seems like you end up picking the only trades that lose, which even though they're like very off, it's very rarely. I mean, it does happen. So anyways, guys, I'm here for US 30, still looking for these scalps here. I don't see anything we can really take. Let's see.
Can you switch to the 15-minute?
For US 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you see anything?
I'm trying to, I want to look.
Nice. Yeah, Steven said that he's doing some scalps for US 30 and recovering his losses slowly. Nice.
Can you see where price is currently?
Yeah.
You see the last green up candle before it made a lower low?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Box up that candle and extend it to the right.
So,
the candle. Yep.
the candle, the wick?
No, the entire candle.
Oh, the whole candle. The body or the entire the wick too?
Wick to wick, and take off the extend left.
Different color. There we go.
That right there is going to be an important candle. Okay.
This one right here?
That last up, that last green candle is an important candle.
What is this gonna be, your liquidity?
No, I can't really tell you what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark this up on the
just keep note of that area right there.
I'm gonna mark it up on this one so I can actually follow it. Yeah, I just don't want it to overlap with the scalps that we're looking at here.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I'll put that on the other chart so that we can follow. Yeah. There we go.
Yep, just keep that in mind and watch what happens.
See, I'm gonna lock it on the screen.
Yep, that candle serves a purpose.
It looks like we'll be waiting for that. Other than that, and there's not really much for us to look at. It is Thursday, so the market did kind of slow down. So if you guys have questions, you guys can put them in the chat and I can answer anything for you guys. If you guys want me to analyze anything, put them over there and then we can take a look. Yeah, Bilal said it's an institutional candle. Is that what you're looking at, David?
Yeah, it's more than that. I know what he's trying to say.
Yeah. I'm gonna move it over slightly. There we go. Lock that in. Yeah, I mean, it does look like an area of liquidity to me, like if I was to analyze it.
That push down left behind some imbalances too, so.
Yeah, for the most part. Charles said a second chance at the US 30 daily, but maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to hop back in, because sometimes that happens where it hits stop loss and then it ends up swinging all the way back up. Common issue. Yeah, because the daily entry was right here. Like it literally came down to test that pivot, or not the pivot, the lower structure, and then from that point, it just ended up swinging up. Well, yeah, it's technically back in profit right now, Charles having ideas right now, thinking about hopping back in.
Yeah, he should have been in already if you're going to buy.
That's what I was thinking when it was down here. I was thinking about hopping in as it
you should have
projected off it.
And plus with the time of day, that's, man, I can't tell you guys too much, but.
Are you in a buy right now?
No, I'm driving around. That's why I asked you to switch it to the 15 minutes. I could look at it real quick. I just parked.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, definitely.
I gotta go. I gotta go into the computer lab here in a few minutes.
Yeah, Bilal mentioned price will go up, come back down, retest the candle area, and move up again. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that was our initial analysis for it. We analyzed it as a bullish move overall for the day. It just came down, like like I mentioned. That's why I didn't take the daily entry, because it was I had a feeling it was going to come down and test the 2-hour support before it ended up going back up. So that's probably what's going to happen there. Come up, retest the structure. Or
Zoom out to zoom out to the hour.
The hour?
Yeah, zoom out to the hour. And zoom it out a little bit so I can see what's to the left. In reference to where that turn point is. So zoom out so I can see what's to the left in that same area. Okay.
Yeah, it lines up with this over here too.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on that up move right there in the zone, in the highlighted zone, in the red?
In this area over here?
Yep. Show me that area. Okay, can you go mark the lowest wick on the turn point with a horizontal line? I want to show you something.
This one right here?
On the current situation.
Where price currently is?
Yep, and then go back to that area. So mark the low, like the low of the wicks.
Into the structure or above it?
No, the wicks.
Yeah, this
whatever,
one right here.
Whatever wick is the lowest.
Like the one that went into the structure down here?
Yeah, yep. Put a line there. All right, now go back to the other area. Show you something. Boom.
Yeah, no, I see it too. This one right here, right? The rejection.
The rejection, it missed. There was a little imbalance in there. It didn't quite reach into it, but it got to it.
And I feel you. Yeah, it lines up perfectly with the K2SR zone to the 2-hour zone. Same rejection point. How far do you think it'll
That's the kind of stuff I look for.
Let's see. It's got a long way to go. And I'm tempted to hop into this buy, just re-enter the daily entry for a late entry.
There's imbalance in there that needs to be filled.
In the area?
Yep. From that speed move down.
Yeah, I could see that. We'll see.
And also you have resting liquidity with those relative equal highs right there in the consolidation.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Oh, and there's imbalance above too.
Above this area over here?
So yeah, use like a ray or whatever.
Yeah, horizontal ray. Where do you want to place it?
So just not the ray, sorry. What is it? Just a trend line. Draw a trend line over those relative equal highs in the consolidation. Yep, just move it up a little bit over. Okay, that's liquidity. And then to the left, there's some imbalance in there. See on the move down?
Just use the horizontal line, so I'll go over. There we go. Gotcha.
So there's resting liquidity right there above those highs. And there's also imbalances to the left, depending on what it wants to do. Today's Thursday, so.
Dude, this lines up perfectly with this right here too.
So yeah, you just got to keep in mind time and price. There's
yeah. I mean, it is certain volatility will kind of die down a little bit. Well, yeah, it's already losing its volatility right here. It kind of pushed up and then it kind of slowed down a bit.
Yeah, well, the London close and lunchtime, New York lunchtime.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock, so it's gonna lunchtime's gonna come up in about 2 hours or hour and a half, and then from there, it'll probably I think by that point, by 10 a.m. my time, it'll start to spike up, or it's not spike up, but it'll start moving up dramatically around 10.
So I like to keep all this stuff in mind before I frame a trade.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I'm just being patient. I'm not really going to try to force anything because right now it's just, I feel like it's slowly bouncing around.
I would be patient.
Yeah, and there's just no entries right now. You know, I feel like this is just the aftermath of like the news from Monday up until Wednesday. We had that volatility, and then now it's going to die down. But we'll see. Looks like Josh, you might have a 3-minute entry coming up soon right here. I think the sell signal might be ripening up. There we go. It's exactly like I said. But it's not, I don't think it's something that you guys should probably take though. Definitely not right now.
You still pushing down, so I would be careful.
Yeah, no, same here. Yes, we got yours right here marked up. Still looking for some scalps here. Looking here on the possible 5-minute. Man, I might have to go to a smaller, let's see. Probably keep US 30 for the 10-minute, 5-minute, and 3-minute, since people like to use different ones. Because I think Gerald's been using it on the 5-minute, and it's been working pretty good for him. So I'll keep the 10-minute here, 10, 5, and then the 3 right here. But I'm gonna stick to the 10. Like I'm gonna stick to what we normally use, guys. I'm not gonna like, these are different strategies. Like this is one that Josh uses on the 3-minute. A lot of you guys have been using it, and it's had, you know, you guys have great luck with it. That's pretty much how most of the people have been locking in a lot of profits here. Like, damn, look at John over here. John took that buy there, and he made 2,569. So you guys can see here, okay, so John, he did the smart move. He moved he said, I'm still in the original US 30 daily. He moved his stop loss below the 2-hour structure, which is what I marked up over here. So if you guys understand how to do this stuff, you guys can make those adjustments. Yeah, the thing is, I didn't make the adjustment because I wasn't in that trade. So I wasn't actively watching it. I just gave it to you guys, but I wasn't necessarily in the trade because I told you guys that it was risky and that price was probably going to, you know, come below there. So what happened was John re-entered the trade, or he entered down at the lower part, and now he's in profit 2,569. So if you guys understand what you're doing here, you guys should be fine to make adjustments as you see fit. But you know, like I mentioned, it just depends on your experience and how you guys are able to formulate your analysis. So let me see this real quick. Yeah, Josh said he's not going to take it. I'm not going to take it either, Josh. I'm just going to wait for some scalps to actually appear before I take anything. Yeah, Heriberto said double bottom forming on the 15-minute time frame. So let's go to the 15 real quick. Oh, this is the 15. Here, let's see. I guess, yeah, this is what you're referring to right here, Heriberto. Are you talking about this over here? This is pretty far back though. This is only from March 10th. So I'm assuming that's what Heriberto is referring to, because he has a rejection from the bottom here, rejection from the bottom here, unless he's talking about this right here. I don't know, it's just too far off. But yeah, not really. See, Steven said, I have some ideas to play off the 30-minute entries for pullbacks that happen. I'm talking about it with Josh. Nice, guys. So that's good that you guys in K2 are you know, collaborating with each other. Because if you guys see stuff that works, like what Josh does, you know, Josh figured out the strategy himself off the 3-minute. Like this strategy was just created by Josh. I didn't teach him how to do this. He just did it himself, and then he figured it out, and then he shared it with everyone in K2, and that's pretty much how everyone's been profiting off those quicker moves. Because I generally trade off the 10-minute. My moves come a little later, but they're a little more accurate. It's just, you know, depending if you want to catch more trades or not, you know, you could obviously go on the shorter time frames and trade with everyone else who trades on the 3-minute and the 5-minute, because Josh trades on the 3-minute, Gerald he trades on the 5-minute. I personally trade on the 10-minute because I like to be a little more accurate with the moves. Gotcha. Herberto said it looks like it's forming a double bottom as you speak. Maybe. Yeah, we'll keep watching it, Herberto, and we'll see. You know, where it ends up playing out. See the 15-minute right here. Yeah, we'll keep watching it. But I mean, right now, guys, volatility is just really low. Like you can see, it's not really moving too much at this point. Price went from moving, let's see, for market open over here, 630. Price is moving about like 1,500 pips within this area up until over here, like 2,000 pips. And then now it just kind of died down a little bit. It's only been moving about like less than 1,000 pips. So you can see the volatility move here when market opened and then follow back with the retracement app. So what happened here, guys, this is usually what happens. When the market opens here at 630, so I'll show you. When the market opens at 630 at this point, it can do one of two things. It'll just correct back to where it was, or it'll continue dropping. So you can see on the next candle right here, it continued dropping, right? So from that point, we just scratched this idea, and then later on, it's going to swing back up to where it was. So it comes down, and then there we are now, right? It comes down, then it swings back up to where price currently was. Because before market open, the 630 candle right here, this is where price generally was before the market open. So let me just turn this back on right here, and then I'll turn this on as well so that we can draw new zones if we need to. But currently right now, we're just waiting for a zone. If a zone pops up here, so if a zone pops up at random over here, then we can start taking some sell scalps. Vice versa, if the zone pops up down here, then we can start taking some buy scalps, right? That's pretty much what we're doing here, guys. We're just waiting for an entry to reveal itself. But at this point in time, there's just nothing for us to enter, especially not off the 10-minute. So it's just a game of patience until we see something, and then once we see it, we'll hop on it. Nice. So King Ray over here took that trade, the buy. So he took the buy scalp right here, and he made 8 euros off that. So as you guys can see here, like, you know, King Ray, he said, I've learned the strategy, but made some adjustments. So you guys can see here that, you know, once you guys learn the strategy, like the foundation of it, you guys can make your little difference to identify, you know, what's there and what's not, because there's a lot of different ways to analyze it. Let's see, Vinicius said, yo, Shawn, do you mind taking a look at WinJ 2021? Yeah, no, definitely. Let me pull it up for you real quick. WinJ 2021. So Vinicius over here likes to trade the Brazilian index. And that's pretty cool. I think it's cool that some of you guys here in K2 are located in certain parts of the world, and you guys know specific assets that we don't normally trade. So let me see if there's any entries here. Vinicius, let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything available right now, Vinicius, on a 10-minute. So I turn this off right here. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any entries on my end. Looks like the most recent entry was going to be right here. I think this happened last night for these green candles over here. So if you took any of these trades right here, it looks like this one was at about 750. So about an hour ago, if you took this trade here, looks like you know, depending on where TP stop loss was, it's probably like around 100 pips or 50. So that's the case for there, Vinicius. Looks like that one would have hit full TP. That's the most recent one. Over here, there's no entries. And again, over here, there's still no entries that are available. So currently right now, there's nothing that's available for the Brazilian index. But if it ends up, you know, coming up here, this is probably what will happen. It'll probably shoot up, come back down right here, and then bounce back up from that point. And then from there, you can possibly, yeah, Manish said nothing to do down there. Exactly. There's nothing to do right here, Vanish. So I think it's probably going to come up, come back down, and then probably you'll have a wick rejection off the pivot and structure in this area, and then you can take the buy from that point right there. Okay, so this might have been what's affecting the market right now. The CEOs of Facebook, Google, and Twitter are testifying before Congress on misinformation. So this is what's happening right now, guys. And this is probably what's affecting US 30, because a lot of the stocks within the US 30 index have to do with, like, I think, let me just check. I think it's like Facebook. It's the US 30 index, CNBC. Let me just pull it up for you guys real quick. All right, so looking at the actual indexes that are within US 30. So we got a couple of CEOs testifying right now before Congress for Facebook, Google, and Twitter. Looking at the Dow 30 right here. I don't know if Facebook is still in it. I'm pretty sure it is, no? Or it might be the S&P, because they change these kind of often. Let's see. So we have Apple here. I'm not sure if they're talking. Yeah, I swear Facebook was in here before. Unless it's in the S&P now. Let me see Facebook. Yeah. So either way, if it doesn't affect the Dow, it's going to affect the. Why is it not on here? The S&P used to be on here. It's the Dow, the Nasdaq. I'm pretty sure it's a Nasdaq though. Yeah. So we'll probably see the Nasdaq have some fluctuation in price. I don't know if Google's in here either. Alphabet. No, they're not in here. Twitter. Oh no, Alphabet's here. Okay, so Alphabet's here. Alphabet and Facebook are in the Nasdaq. So if you follow Nasdaq over here, we'll probably see some movement as they testify to the US 100 right here. So they're about to testify. I'm kind of curious what they're going to say, but it's probably going to affect the certain indexes that hold these stocks. So just looking at the Nasdaq here, I think there was just one entry that was available recently, which was right here. So the most recent entry was this candle right here at 720. If you guys took this for the Nasdaq, this would be the most recent entry. Wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure, short position right here, and that would be the TP off that. Other than that, there's nothing really available at this point in time. So let's go back to US 30. US 30 is pretty flat right now. There isn't much for us to look at. Until there's some zones that pop up within this area, there's just not much for us to really play with over here. Yeah, that's about it for now, guys. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. We can analyze anything for you guys right now, because the market's just kind of slow until we have some zones within this area. Because what we want is we want a zone somewhere like that. So if we get a zone somewhere down there, we can take this wick rejection off the pivot and structure and we can write it up. But for now, there just isn't any zones in this area. So we'll keep looking out for that. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here for us to take a look at.
Yo, I'm about to take off. I got to do some paperwork.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you later.
Hit me up later. See if we can schedule the risk management class.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll see what your schedule looks like, and then we'll we'll hop into it.
I'm gonna be pretty free for a while.
Oh yeah, until you leave, right? In the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be free because my family's gonna leave, and then once I get to Italy, they're gonna be like 2 months behind.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, definitely. So maybe we'll try to set one up next week. If not, yeah, because this week's kind of booked up. It is Thursday.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Just put something in motion.
Yeah, definitely. I'll let you know, dude. We'll talk later, and we'll see if we can find anything next week.
Peace.
All right, bro. Talk to you later. Hey, Nico, how's it going, bro? Let's see. Steven's asking for US 30. Are we expecting a buy scalp? Well, we don't have a bias yet, Steven, until we have a zone here. There's no zone in this area. Until there's a zone, there's not going to be a bias whether it's a buy or a sell. But currently there just isn't a scalp that's available for us right now. If you're on the 3-minute, yeah, there's probably a scalp off here, but off the 10-minute, there's no we don't have a buy that's available yet off this one. Josh, you're gonna take this one right here. So here's another scalp here that's possibly available for Josh's scalp strategy. I might take it with you guys. Yeah, this thing's pushing up pretty heavy right now. It's pushing up really fast. So see, guys, if you guys took the daily entry here, it shot right back up. It pulled back down right here. And, you know, looking at, what's his name over here? Who was talking earlier? Jit TV. Where's the resistance now, bro? Where's the guy that was complaining earlier about the resistance, right? Okay, broke right through the resistance. So as you guys can see here, you know, if you guys have an analysis and you guys have something that you're looking at, then send a chart so that we can see what you're talking about. But the guy earlier that was trolling, he was saying that there was a resistance right here. Price broke right through the resistance. So I don't know like where that analysis came from, but there is the resistance that he was talking about. It broke right through it. You know, it was just the trade came too early. It came down and tested support right here, and it bounced up, and then now here it goes past the resistance that he was mentioning. So if you guys have, you know, if you guys, sometimes it's just bad luck, guys. Like sometimes you get in too early, it hits your stop loss, and then it goes straight to your TP over here. So I think, let's see. Yeah, see like Dimitri over here, he's back in profit. So like Dimitri was like pretty in the negative. How far are you in the negative earlier, Dimitri? See, everyone hopped back into that buy there, and everyone's in profit now. So it's just, you know, the entry earlier just came a little too early. But so Dimitri was he was negative 21 earlier, and then now the dude's in profit. Dimitri said, yeah, Dimitri was negative 900, and now he's in profit 127. So nice work on that recovery, Dimitri. And that's what I mean, guys. If you guys stay consistent and you guys don't freak out about trades sometimes and just keep your cool, you guys can bounce back from any losses that you guys have. Dimitri was negative 500. Now he's in positive 127. So nice work to Dimitri for those. And he's learning, right? Dimitri just signed up to K2, like, what was it, yesterday, I think? So if you see his account above here, like you can see from when he posted his this was at 7:58. So that was literally 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago, Dimitri was negative 600, basically going negative 900. But then he bounced back all the way back to profit for 127. So congrats to you, Dimitri, for making your way back up. You like basically clawed your way out of that hole. Let me go back to the 3 over here. Damn, I just missed it. See if I'm in that trade. All right, I'm in this trade right now, Josh, the one that you mentioned. So I'm currently in this buy scalp right here with Josh, using his 3-minute strategy. See if I can set a TP for mine. I'm just probably gonna manually exit. Let me see. All right, so I manually exited that right there, guys. If you guys caught that earlier when I marked it up like a few seconds ago, you guys probably got it. So I'll show you guys my profits real quick. I hopped into that really quick. I didn't really have time because it's just moving too fast. But yeah, so I only have 2 trades from this morning. As you guys can see, I didn't take the daily entry, so I was fine off that. And there goes your TP off that. There goes your horns too, Josh. So Josh's his trade right there just hit. If you guys took it, it moved way too fast. You guys can see. I'll show you my profits real quick. Let's see. So I literally hopped into that for like a few seconds, and then I made a little bit of profit off that. So the first scalp this morning, this is the scalp from this morning. I made 600 off the first one, and then this one just now. I just closed this like a minute, like 30 seconds ago at 59 minutes. It's 9 o'clock now, and I made 667 off that trade. So today I'm in profit 1,267 and 50 cents for the day because I didn't take the daily entry. I just took the scalps like I was mentioning. I don't feel comfortable with the daily entry right now. But yeah, if you guys did take this trade right here, this just hit full TP for Josh's entry right there. So let me go ahead and just mark that up, and then I'll send this over to you guys. I'm gonna give you guys an update for the K² daily US 30 entry. So you know, we're completely transparent with you guys. We do post losses, we do post wins. I didn't take the loss, but I'm still going to count it as a loss for our trades because I did give it to you guys. So stop loss hit for the day, daily US 30 entry, but we are bouncing back with these scalps. So that's it right there. And take a screenshot of this right here. So we got that 250. Yeah, so that right there. So, you know, we did have that small loss earlier for the daily entry, but for that we usually use a smaller lot size anyway. So your losses shouldn't have been that big, and that's pretty much how Dimitri was able to come back. This is amazing, Dimitri. You were able to come back from negative 900 to now positive 127 for the day. Just, you know, taking these own scalps on your end with everyone else on the other side of it. So nice work off that, guys. Kimmy said he finally a win. For me, that is, feels good. No, Kyle. So he's asking, I thought you were using 500 pitch stop loss and 250 for these 3-minute scalp, Shawn. So that's what I thought too, Kyle. But earlier, if you sat in on the session earlier, Josh actually confirmed that he uses 1-to-1 now. So we went back to 250 because it like these moves are so quick on the 3-minute that it usually hits TP or hits stop loss like right before. So in order to manage the risk properly, I mean, you can continue to use 500 if you want, because it'll just give you more cushion. But I think 250 is fine, especially for myself. I'd rather just win or lose right away rather than have to have it linger and then double up on my loss. So Josh did make it for 250 now. So if you want to use 250 like I've been doing now, you can do it as well. But if you want to keep it at 250, 500, you can do that too. The win rate is high enough to cover it regardless whether you use 250 or whether you use 500. So that looks, I mean, it looks fine right there. That was a little morale push right there for you guys who are still in the daily entry. Yeah, exactly. Like Josh mentioned, you know, even if your stop loss was at 500, I mean, it's probably smarter to put it at 500 because it's like your safety net. But the only problem is if you have 2 back-to-back losses, that's going to be equal to like 4 trades instead of just 2 if you just had it at 250. But yeah, I mean, Josh is still working on it. We're going to have a session later, me and Josh, at 6 p.m. today. If you guys want to learn Josh's strategy, he's going to go over it himself and explain it in detail, you know, how he applies it so that we can, you know, we can capitalize off his strategy and make profit that way. Nice. Dennis said, paid my credit card off just to dump it back into the market. Definitely, Dennis, 100%. Dennis, you've been on point too. I haven't seen your post lately, but you've been pretty on point with it. And you guys can see Josh, he gave his little explanation here. So if you guys are in the premium, you guys can see here, Josh is giving a breakdown of how he's been applying these entries and, you know, the difference between good entries and bad entries. So I'm going to go ahead and just post this over real quick in the public groups over here as well, so that you guys have the update.
Supporters and flat earthers are sharing videos. Twitter allows you to bring friends and celebrities into your home, but also Holocaust deniers, terrorists, and worse. Now, it would be one thing if every user chose. My bad, guys. I was tripping for a second. I was like, who's talking? And the Facebook CEOs are now talking on CNBC. All right, cool. So here we go. So, all right, I see your question right there. Harris, nice. So Kyle said, okay, thanks. I'm going to start taking these 3-minute trades next week. Got my own little twist to it. Nice. That's awesome, Kyle.
Yeah, everyone's kind of been doing a little different. Gerald's been doing it on the 5 minute. So there's a lot of different variations that you can do to that strategy. But if you guys sit in on the session with me and Josh later today at 6, then he'll go over the foundation. So as long as you have the foundation, you guys can make any adjustments to the strategy that you guys like. And I'm sure they'll all be beneficial, depending on how you guys want to use it. So if you guys want to sit in on that session, I'm not sure if we're going to post up the link. It's going to be public, but it's only going to be public to the people who are subscribed to the YouTube channel. So just make sure that you're following the YouTube channel and that you turn on notifications so that YouTube know that you want to watch our videos, so that they will send you an email when we go live later today at 6. So I'm not sure if we're going to post this in the Telegram groups. We'll post it for the premium, but I'm not sure if we're going to post it for the public groups. So yeah, definitely nice work, Kyle. Yeah, we'll probably go over that in the backtest group if you find something that works really well, which I'm sure you'll run into. But anyways, back to what I was saying over here. Harris wants me to take a look at USD CAD. So I'll take a look at USD CAD in 1 second. Let me just wait for this candle to close here, Harris, and then we'll take a look. And Angela, we're going to be going. Yeah, so Angela's asking if I'm going to record the session with Josh. Yeah, I'll be recording it and it'll be streamed on YouTube. So after the stream is over, like how our normal streams are, we will, it'll be posted on the YouTube. So it'll be labeled as a mentoring session, but I'll try to change the title so that you guys know which one's the one with Josh. But all right, so we have about 2 minutes left on this candle right here. If this candle ends up closing above this structure right here, then it would provide for a buy scalp right here on the 10-minute, where we can shoot for 500 pips. So that's kind of all we're looking for right here. Let me see if I have any new zones. No new zones here. Yeah, so I'll let this run for about a minute, Harris, and then once this is done, I'll go over and I'll analyze USD CAD for you for a sell. We just want to make sure we don't miss the scalp here if this scalp ends up closing on here. All right, let me see what else is going on over here. All right. So we got 1 minute left on this candle. We're just gonna wait for it to close. Once it closes, we'll go ahead and analyze USD CAD for you, Harris. So we got this going over here real quick. All right, doesn't look like we're gonna get a signal on that. Looks like there's a pending sell here for Josh's 3 minute, but I'm probably not gonna take that. I don't know if you guys are gonna take that either. Are you gonna take that, Josh? It doesn't look like a good entry to me, especially because it hasn't crossed below the pivots down here. All right, we got 40 seconds left on this candle. I don't think this candle is gonna close, so it's fine. I'll go ahead and analyze USD CAD for you guys. So I'm gonna pull up USD CAD right here. So we got, where's it at? USD CAD right here. So here's USD CAD. I'm gonna go ahead and delete everything off the chart. And then I'll turn on so I'll zoom out from this point and I'll draw a market structure for you guys right here. So first thing we do is turn on the K²SR indicator. We'll draw a market structure right here. There. Draw this down here. That right there, and then one down here as well. So with that said, once we have market structure drawn, we turn this off. We zoom into where is important. So you can see price broke into the structure right here. So what's important is just this area right here. This is all that's really important to us at this specific time period. This is the market structure that we're looking at, just this area right here, right? So with that said, we're going to zoom into this area right here, turn on the momentum indicator, and we have a bullish momentum right here, right? So with the bullish momentum right here, we're looking for buys only. So what we're looking for at this point is I'm waiting for price to shoot up to here, and I want it to close above here to take a buy. So I'm not sure why you have a chart, Harris, while you're looking for a sell, because I think you said that you have a sell, right? Let me scroll up real quick. See, Harris said, K2, I'm in USD CAD short. What do you think about USD CAD? So I think USD CAD is bullish. I'm not sure why you identified it as a short. The only thing that I can think of is that you identify this as a resistance, right? So you think it's going to bounce off this point. However, you know, if I turn on the momentum indicator, we don't have a sell signal. We have a buy signal right here, and it's been bullish ever since down here. So that's why we still have a bullish bias right here. Until we get a sell signal, then our bias is going to change for a sell. But I think at this point right here, you're kind of just, I feel like you're taking a sell here because you're anticipating this to reject off this point and come back down, right? I don't trade off rejections like that. I trade off momentum, right? So if I see momentum push up higher, that's why I'm waiting for it to close above here, because you're not right. I mean, you're not wrong, and I'm not right. Like, well, we're not 100% sure yet what's going to happen, because there's two different scenarios that can play out. Right now, we have a bullish momentum. So what I think is going to happen is price is probably going to close above here, and then it's going to follow through with momentum, right? Once it closes above here, then I anticipate it to push up even higher. But you're right as well, identifying this as a possible sell, because price can easily reject off this point right here. However, I wouldn't enter it until it closes below here with a sell signal. If it ends up with a sell signal and closes right here, then yeah, I would take that sell right there. But currently right now, we don't have a sell signal, right? The same pattern that I'm talking about right here happened over here, right? If you look at the same exact pattern right here, there was a sell signal right here, right? So as soon as we get that sell signal down here and it closes below the structure, that's where I would take the sell down here. But I wouldn't necessarily just take a sell because it's at this resistance. I would wait for that confirmation for it to either break and close below here, or for it to break and close above here to follow the bullish momentum. And another way to analyze this is we'll just look at the dollar index paired with the Canadian index. So the DXY versus the CXY. We'll pull that up right here. And looking at this here, this actually looks really bad in your favor, because the DXY is going up. Or actually, this is a 10 minutes. Let me go on the hour at least. Yeah, this doesn't look good for you, Harris, because the DXY is going up and the Canadian dollar is going down, right? So if the Canadian dollar is weak and the dollar is strong, then USD CAD is going to go up. Because when price is going up, that means the first currency is stronger than the second currency, which is what's happening right here. The dollar is strong, the Canadian's weak. So with that said, this is probably going to keep pushing up, and your sell right here is probably not going to play out. So, I mean, I don't want to discourage you from your position. If you have an analysis for a sell, then go ahead and hold on to it. But everything's pointing upwards for USD CAD right now. You know, if you just look at basic fundamentals, if you want price to go up for USD CAD, you want the US dollar to be stronger than the Canadian dollar. And looking at the indexes right here, that's clearly what's happening. The dollar is up, the Canadian dollar is down. So I'd be careful with it if you're in a sell. But I mean, it's really up to you how you want to take it, because we're in a sell for your USD too. So we want this to go up, because if this goes up, then our Euro USD is going to hit full TP, which it's about to right here, right? Because we're in a sell for this. Like I was saying, if price is going down, that means the second currency, US dollar, is stronger than the euro. For your USD CAD over here, USD is stronger than the CAD, so this is going to keep pushing up higher and higher. So, you know, that's pretty much what I see here. It's about to hit our full TP right here for Euro USD. We'll let that hit. I think David is, yeah, because David's in this trade with us as well. So we both analyze this for a sell, and if we were both to analyze USD CAD, we would analyze that for a buy as well. So we'll see. I mean, I hope it plays out in your direction. We're not in that trade, so I don't have a bias, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. All right, so I'm back at US 30 real quick. We don't have any scalps here on either the 10-minute or the 3-minute over here. So I'll see where this closes out right here. If this ends up closing out right here, we'll have another scalp for a buy. I think we're gonna have another buy signal right here, honestly. So we'll see where this closes. But yeah, guys, our Euro USD is about to hit TP right there. So we got that buy signal for US 30. Yeah, I'm looking at that too, Josh. We got about 2 minutes left on this candle. I'm thinking about entering it. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. We got about 1:44 on this candle. So if this ends up closing, I'm going to end up taking it. But we just got to wait for it. You know, like I keep telling you guys got to be patient with your trades. And to hop into this. Sorry guys, I'm looking through my messages right here. So if you guys send me an email or message me on Telegram overnight, I haven't gone to any of my emails yet. I just checked my emails right now. I got about like 160 emails. So if you guys send me an email, I haven't gone to them yet, but I will get to them eventually. So yeah, Josh, I'm looking at this trade right here too. I'm thinking about hopping in. Once it closes, we got about a minute left on that candle. Here's US 30, right? The same US 30 that we took earlier that hit stop loss, it just triggered the stop loss and went straight to TP. So this is what I mean about our trades, guys. Like, you know, sometimes it's just bad luck. Like what Kimmy was saying, you know, we have one loss out of this whole week. It doesn't make or break the strategy. The strategy still works perfectly fine. For the people who entered later or that held on to it and moved their stop loss lower, you guys are probably in profit right now. Rick said he's in for 5 lots. Yeah, Rick's funny, dude. Rick was doing some crazy lot sizes the other day. All right, Josh, I'm waiting for, we got 15 seconds left on this candle right here. I don't know if I'm going to hold on to it for the full push, or maybe I will, who knows. We got 5 seconds left. I'm going to enter my buy right now. Let's see. All right, so I'm already in the trade actually, guys. So I just entered the trade. If you guys want to enter it, you guys can. That's the little scalp right there. I'm going down a little bit. I don't know if we should use a 500. I might use a 500 for the stop on this one because it's moving too fast. So that's where my stop and TP is. I'm going to be actively watching it. I'm probably just going to, I'll be manually exiting the trade as well as we follow through with it. So I put a wider stop loss for this one just for a safety net because it's just moving around too quickly right now. I went back to the 25.50. And then we'll see how it plays out. I might even close out of it early. We'll see. It's got it all marked up right here. We'll see where it goes. Not really gonna mess with it. Hey Josh, did you enter this? I went in for the 25.50 because it's kind of it was such a big candle that I would expect it to retrace down a little bit before it swings up. So that's why I went for the wider. I went for the wider move. See this. 32.3. Trying to figure out what the number is for this. All right. So the stop is at 32.367. That's how to factor in the FTMO price into the stop loss. So I just put a stop loss. I put in no target right now. Actually, I should just put a target in case. If the target's going to be at 32.442. It's got to subtract it by like 20 pips. Yeah. All right, so those are the parameters right there if you guys want to enter it. I'm just going to enter this right here. Josh, wait a minute. All right, so I got my alert set up right there. Currently in profit a little bit, not that much. So let's see. I'm profit about 200 bucks right now. So right here you can see my profit. I'm in profit about 267, 100. It's bouncing around a lot right now. So I'm not really gonna bother looking at it. I do have my TP and stop loss already set up, so I'm not really gonna bother with it at all. I have TP stop loss set up, so we'll keep watching it. Yeah, no, Josh mentioned that he's staying with his 25.25. So we'll see. I'm holding on to it. I think when it swings back up, I'm probably just gonna close out of it, or I don't know. We'll see. If I close out of it, I'll let you guys know. Let me check the news real quick. Oh, I forgot, dude. They're having that. They're testifying right now. The what's his name? Facebook guy. The Facebook guy, the Google guy. I forgot. There's stuff going on right now causing price to kind of move around a lot. I totally forgot that was going on. Let's see, the daily entry right here is still pushing up from that point. Yeah, we'll just wait and see how it plays out. Let me go back to the 10-minute over here. So this is a 10-minute. I'm still looking for some scalps here off the 10-minute. This is going to be my main, what I'm actually looking for. All right, so I'm going to send an alert here to alert me when price comes down and test the pivot, so that I can hop into some 10-minute scalps as well when it ends up coming down here. So let me just check this real quick. Just going back in between these. Damn, Josh got kicked out of the trade. Yeah, that's why these are kind of risky on the 3-minute. I don't normally like to trade the 3-minute, but since there's no entries here on the 10-minute, it kind of makes it difficult for us to really look for to really catch anything. So I can hop into this 3-minute entry with you guys, and then we'll just see how it ends up playing out. You got about, let's see, there's still 7 minutes left on this candle right here, if we're waiting for this to actually move around. So Lloyd wants me to take a look at AUD/USD. So we'll definitely take a look at that right now. Just give me 1 second, Lloyd. Just want to wait for this to close out. And then actually we got 6 minutes left. So I'll analyze AUD/USD for you real quick, Lloyd. So AUD/USD right here, this is the markup that we made from Sunday. It hit full TP already. So it looks pretty good for the most part off that one. If you guys took that trade that I analyzed, I think on Sunday or Monday. So I'm just going to take everything off the chart. Here's the naked chart right here. I'm going to zoom out from this point. And then from here, I'm going to turn on my K²SR indicator to identify market structure. And then from this right here, we got this one right there. We got this one right there. So this is the first thing I always do, guys. I always identify market structure so that you guys know where to focus. Because if you guys look at all the candles, there's a lot of stuff going on the chart, prior to it getting to this specific point in time. So that's why for me right here, I make sure that I draw a market structure first so that I don't get confused with all that stuff. Let's see. It's right there. This right here. And here you go. So this is the market structure for AUD/USD. We probably need a lower structure to identify where the next point of rejection is going to be. So I'll go on the 8-hour right here. This is actually pretty far down, so I'll just draw this down here. All right, anyway, so looking at this here, let me see if I can find something even lower. Yeah, guys, so I'm still in the US 30 trade. If you guys are wondering, I'm still in it. Oh, I'm back in profit right now. So I'm in profit about 500 bucks off that trade right now, right here. I might just close out, honestly. All right, I'm closing out. So I close out of that position. If you guys want to hold on to it, you guys are more than welcome. I'm going to take off my alerts because I'm already out of this trade. So if you guys want to hang on to it, feel free. If not, I already pulled out of that trade. I only took 3 trades today. I didn't take that many trades with you guys because the market has just been the market this day. It hasn't been too forgiving for the most part. So I haven't really been taking too many trades. I only took 3 trades this morning with you guys on this live, and I have straight wins. I didn't take the daily entry like I mentioned. It was too risky for me, so I decided not to take it. But yeah, I mean, for the most part right here, these let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable about that trade. Once I started to see it bounce around a lot, I just pulled out. So if you guys want to pull out, you guys can. You're still in profit. It's really up to you guys if you guys want to hold on to it. But like I mentioned, I'm already out of this trade. So this morning I took that first trade. I made 600 with you guys, like within those first few seconds. The next trade I made 667, and for this trade right here, I already pulled out when it swung up right there. So I made 417 and 50 cents off that trade. So today in total for my profits, if you guys followed exactly what I've been doing, I made 600 plus 667.50 plus 417.50. So I'm in total in profit 1,685 this morning. So I'm doing fine this morning, guys. If you guys are just following what I'm saying, and like for the daily trade, I told you guys I wasn't going to take that trade because it was risky. So for the most part, you guys should have some pretty decent profits so far. Let me see if everyone else here is doing all right. Yeah, it looks like Tam hit her profit too. So yeah, definitely looks like everyone's doing pretty good for the most part. Tam said, I'm right here looking at this. Tam said, yes, trading trend all morning except the daily, and she hit all of them. So she hit full TP for all of them. So great work to you guys who hit some profit off that. Looks like, I mean, for the most part, you guys are doing pretty all right. But I pulled out of that position, so I'm not messing with it right now. I'm not playing that game today, especially yesterday. If you guys saw the trade yesterday, we were so close. I was in profit like 1,600. I didn't pull out. I ended up losing like 2,500 when I could have just closed out in profit. So with the stuff going on right now, with the people testifying, like the big CEOs, it's kind of a risky time because they can say something and it'll spike price, in one direction or the other. So I'm out of it. I don't know if anyone else is here with this as well. Nice. So Steven said he closed it, made 80 bucks. So smart move, Steven. I personally wouldn't risk it right now just because of how the market's moving. But anyways, going back to AUD USD over here for you, Lloyd. So here's AUD USD. I'm gonna turn this off after drawing our market structure right here. So with this said right here, this is where market structure. So this is current market structure. You can see that price broke into the structured area on February 25th. So if we just focus on this area right here, this is all that's really important. Just this area right here, right? Because price broke into the structure on February 25th. And you can see since then, price has just been moving within this area. So next thing I'm gonna do is turn on the momentum indicator right here. We have a bearish momentum. So we're currently only looking for sells at this point, Lloyd. So we have a rejection from this point up here. This is where the drop started. Turn off the momentum indicator. And we have a sell bias, right? So with the sell bias right here, there's two things that can happen. Price is currently within the structure right here. First scenario is price can close below here. And if it closes below here, then we can enter a sell position right here. But I wouldn't enter until price closes below the structure right here because you want that confirmation, because this is only scenario number one. Scenario number two is price can easily reject off this point and provide a buy signal. If it provides a buy signal, then our bias changes from a buy to a sell. From a sell to a buy. And if price ends up closing above here, then from this point, you would take a long position right here and then just ride this up even higher. So there's two different scenarios that can play out here, either a buy or a sell. Currently right now, we have a sell bias because the most recent signal was a sell signal, right? Until it swings up to a buy, like for example, we can have a rejection off this point, like this one had down here, and then it could swing up if it really wanted to, right? If it ended up having a buy signal like this, like I was mentioning, a buy signal above here, then it could swing up in that direction. But right now, we don't have that buy signal. We only have the sell signal. So currently right now, this is what my bias is for AUD USD. Until my bias changes, then I'm still going to be looking for a sell here. So what I'll be looking for right here is for price to come down from this point and close below here so that I can take that sell. And another reason for that is because the dollar index is strong right now. So you can see right here, the dollar index is strong. You pair that with the AXY. So we'll put the AXY right here, DXY right here. See how the AXY is weak? if it's weak and continues to push down and this continues to push up, then you could expect the dollar to keep pushing down even further. So that's why I have the sell bias for this as well. And on top of that, we have a Euro USD sell right here. So I'm waiting for this to hit full TP as well, Lloyd. So we do have a sell bias for USD pairs in general. And the same analysis that we did for USD CAD over here, we had a bullish bias for this as well because the dollar is just really strong right now. So that's pretty much what I see for odd USD right now. Other than that, I don't really see anything else that's necessarily available. Here's the I'm thinking about hopping back into the scalp right here. The scalp just looks good, but it's risky. So this is the same 3-minute scalp that we were looking at earlier. So you're probably smart about that, Kyle. Kyle, if you saw Kyle earlier, he mentioned that he still uses the 2550, which is what I still use too. I can see where it becomes a little risky, but the win rate's so high that why not just use 2550, lock in those wins, because you're probably going to have more wins and losses anyways, and then it'll balance out eventually, over time. So let's go back to the 10-minute right here. Oh, nice. Yes, Lloyd, I'm currently in a sell for EU as well. Nice. So you're on the same track, Lloyd. I'm assuming you probably identified odd USD as a sell too. So if you're in a sell for your USD, you'd probably be in a sell for odd USD as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Other than that, guys, looks like our daily entry right here is about to hit full TP for those who held on to it. John moved his stop loss lower, so he continued to hold on to it. But other than that, I think that's about it, guys. It's about it for this right now. It's about 9:30, so I'm gonna start looking for some Forex pairs in the next 20 minutes or so, and then after that, we'll be calling it a day. And if you guys want to sit in on the live session later with Josh and me, we're going to be going over this 3-minute strategy. We'll be going live about 6 p.m. Pacific time. So if you guys want to sit in on that session and learn the strategy that we just went over right here, make sure to like the stream, follow the YouTube channel, and turn on your notifications. That way YouTube knows that you want to watch my videos, because you guys have to let YouTube know so that they'll send you an email every time I go live. I go live about 3 to 5 times a day. So if you guys have your notifications turned on and you guys have your subscription to the YouTube channel, YouTube will always let you know when I go live. So if you guys follow all my lives, you can catch all these live trades with us as we scalp, throughout the day, because I scalp all day. So if I ever see anything and I go live and you guys are on the session, you guys will be able to catch them, because these move too fast, right? You either need to learn the strategy or you need to be ready to hop on those sessions with us. Pretty much every time we go on this live session. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, other than that, guys, I don't see any other questions right now. Oh, we have Ishfar over here. So Ishfar wants me to take a look at GBP USD. So I'll take a look at that. Nice. John Drew Fourier said, first day following you closely, made $400.88 today. Awesome. Thanks, Shawn. Definitely, John. I'm glad to hear that, bro. So like my main goal here, guys, is to help you guys profit, right? Like I'm not here to bullshit. I'm not here to really do anything other than help you guys profit and learn how to trade. That's the whole point of this channel. The point of this channel is for me to help you guys become consistent traders, because obviously if you guys have been following us here, there's a lot of success rates here, right? Like we have days and days of profits here of everyone in K2. Like Dimitri over here, this dude was negative 900 today and he got up to positive 127. Mark over here, he made 23 bucks on a smaller account. Same with John over here, this is a different John. He made 2,569 because he took the daily entry over here, but he moved his stop loss lower because he knew that it was going to come and just trigger the stop loss and shoot right back up. So he made a smart move on his own end. He moved his stop loss lower and locked in 2,569. So nice work to John right there. Steven over here as well. Nice profit. And Tam too. So, same people every day making profit. And if you guys want to learn this, I'm here to help you guys out. So anyways, going back to what I was going over earlier, let's see, Ishvar wants me to take a look at GU. So I'll pull up GU for you guys real quick. Here's GU. I'm going to go ahead and delete everything off the chart, zoom out, and then I'm going to draw market structure for you guys. So this is pretty much what we're looking for here. We're going to go ahead and draw market structure here. I'm going to go ahead and draw that so you guys can identify, you know, where to trade and where not to trade. It's really important, guys. Like, I can't emphasize how important market structure is, because this literally gives you the blueprint of what's happening in the market. If you guys can see what's going on in the market, it makes like all the difference with making sure that you take proper trades or not. Because if you guys don't see where the market's actually moving, you're just guessing at that point and you're just gambling, you know? You want to make sure that you know where price is going. You want to know where price is likely to reject from, so that you don't make the mistake of entering trades where you shouldn't be entering. So going back to here, and sometimes you'll get unlucky, guys. Like, you know, the daily entry earlier today, there's you know, there's some instances where you get unlucky. You're not always going to get lucky every day, but as long as you're consistent with your trading, you should be able to bounce back pretty smoothly. So these are some messy zones right here. I'm trying to clean these up if possible, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Anyways, let's go to the 4 hour right here. Let's turn this off. So looking at GU right here, you can see that price is within, it looks like it's just consolidating within this area right here. So this area right here looks like it's in an area of consolidation within this little area right here. So we'll just zoom into this area here. Obviously, it has a bearish bias because price rejected from this point, and it's just been dropping ever since. But we're not going to bother with that. We're just going to turn on the momentum indicator and see where momentum is pushing right now. So currently, we have a bearish momentum. Reason for that is because we have a most recent sell signal right here. So from this point over here, turn this off. And what we can probably see happening right here. So price is just going sideways right here. But what's probably going to happen over here is we'll probably see a rejection from this point. And then we'll probably see this continue dropping farther down from here. So this is kind of what I see happening for GU. The reason for this as well is because the dollar index is really strong, right? So I'm going to just pull up the BXY over here, which is going to be this one. And with that said over here, you can see that the pound index is weak, right? So there's a couple ways to look at this. First of all, price is trending down and it's below the pivot. So it's currently swinging up right now, but I think it's just a temporary swing up before it swings back down. Comparing this to the dollar index over here, the dollar index is very bullish. So with that said, I would anticipate this to reject off this point. It's just a small retracement, and then it'll probably close down here and provide for a possible, you know, buy entry down here if that becomes the case. So other than that, this right here would probably just reject off this point and then come back down. But, you know, we really won't know that until it actually happens. So that's why I wouldn't enter a sell just right here. I would wait for it to close below here for that full confirmation. And then I would catch that for a sell. Because you can see here, the last time it broke below here, nice little drop down here, right? To drop for about 400 pips. So again, right here, price broke and closed past the structure. It retraced up a little for a break and retest. But as it came back down, would have been a nice little profit right there for about 150 pips. So that's basically what I'm looking for over here. Ishvar, I have a sell bias right here. So I think it's going to come down, but I probably wouldn't enter until it closes below this structure right here, so that you have that full confirmation. So that's pretty much it for the most part. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else that I can take over here for these scalps. So that 3-minute entry is still pushing up, Josh. I don't know if you tried to re-enter it, but that 3-minute entry is still pushing up to full TP. I'm not going to mess with it because it just looks too risky. I hate when it starts to go sideways like this. I like it when it's moving directional, but not when it's moving sideways, because it looks like it can easily, you know, reverse on us at any point. So it looks good for the most part right there. But I am looking for some scalps if we, you know, happen to get some. All right, so that's it for that. That's it for GU right there. And yeah, so Ishvar, if this ends up dropping, then yeah, hop into that sell. If you want to take a risky sell, so this is if you want to take a really risky sell, you can always like enter like somewhere right there, and then let it put your stop loss a little bit above like one of these structures here. But I wouldn't recommend it because it's Thursday today, so you really don't want to enter too early or too late. Josh, there goes your full TP. So if you guys held on to that trade, full TP off Josh's 3-minute scalp right there. So nice work, guys, to whoever held on to that right there. I'll give you guys another update in the group. So let's see right here. All right, guys, another scalp right there, guys. Congrats to whoever held on to it. I closed out for like a little profit. I didn't let it ride, unfortunately. Tam did it too. So you guys can see here. So Tam applies a strategy on her own, right? So you guys have to, if you guys want to learn this, you guys can learn the strategy. Like Tam's trading on her phone right now. This is her phone. She took a screenshot. She marked it up on her own. She took the trade, hit her TP. So nice work to you guys over here for hitting that TP. I closed out like a little bit above. So I closed out like a little bit above halfway. And my profit today is not that bad. I mean, for the most part, I locked in 600, 675, 667, and then 417. So like I did the math over here for those. For my 3 trades that I took live with you guys, 600 plus 617.50, or no, 667.50 plus 417.50. So I made a total of 1,685 with you guys on this live session. So we're doing pretty good. I didn't take that daily entry today. So overall, my profits for today have been pretty solid. And that's just that. If you guys listened to everything I was telling you earlier this morning, you guys would have skipped the daily entry. You guys would have been fine. But if you guys want to take risk, there's nothing wrong with taking risk, guys. This was just a bad luck trade because price came down, it hit stop loss, and then it shot all the way up to full TP right here. And that's why John was able to lock in his profit here in the premium chat. So if you guys are in the premium chat, you guys can see everyone's profits here. This is Magneto Trell. But yeah, going back to John's profit here, he said, I'm still in the original US 30 daily, move my stop loss below the 2-hour structure. But he also took a buy on the bounce and he made some nice profit off that, 2,567. So, as you guys can see here, if you guys understand this stuff and you guys understand how to actively manage your positions, you guys can do substantially better than, when you're just following trades blindly. And that's why I'd rather teach you guys. I want to teach you guys so that you guys understand this rather than just copying my trades and not knowing what's going on. So with that said, we'll start looking for some more scalps here. So price is now above the structure now. It's about to be 9:45. So I'm going to start looking for some Forex trades right now. If I don't see anything, we'll see if we can catch another scalp before we log off for the day. But other than that, I think we'll be calling it a day, and I'll be back later tonight for the evening session if you guys want to sit in during that live session. So let me just finish drawing this up over here. Let me go through these Forex pairs real quick. Actually, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to step away for 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back. Let me just finish looking for some Forex trades real quick, and then we will we'll see if there's any scalps available before we log off for the day. So our OJPY position is still active, guys. If you guys didn't close out in profit, I closed out in profit for 25 pips already, so I'm done with OJPY. Odd NZD right here. I was looking at this for a possible buy, but actually, it's still technically still possible right there. So we'll see if there's an entry that's available for this off that. But we'll keep watching for it. My dog's fur is like all over my face. Okay, let me see. We got that right there. I'm just looking for any possible entries. Let's leave this on. Update the market structure right here. What was that? Oh, nice. Our Euro USD just hit full TP, guys. So let me get you guys some horns right there. Another full TP right there, guys. So we've been hitting some TPs all week. I think we only had one stop loss, like for our full position, one of our full positions, and then we had like maybe 2 scalps that didn't hit, which is fine. I mean, it happens. But yeah, full TP off this right here. Give you guys the update in the group. All right, guys, full TP off that. Full TP off the Euro USD. So we had a pretty good week so far, guys. I mean, it's been a choppy week, but we still had a great week overall. So nice work to everybody who took that trade. Let me keep going down this list real quick. See if there's anything that we could possibly take. Let's see this real quick. I don't know if I really want to mess with the odd NZD. Maybe we'll see. It might be. I'll probably be down to take it for like a small move, nothing too crazy. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, full TP off that. So there isn't really much for us to take. There's an entry that's available right here, but it's not necessarily. It's only 24 pips. Not that good. GBP NZD. Yeah, other than that, I think for the most part, we're, I mean, there's an entry here for, wait, did we have a US? Oh, we already hit full TP off that. So we hit our full TP off that. Like I was mentioning, guys, the US dollar is strong right now. So depending on what you're trading, so USD CAD, it's still stuck there. I don't know if I would enter this trade for USD CHF though. Let me see if I could. No, it's in a huge zone right there. There's the daily zone. It's currently within the daily zone actually. So I'm not going to mess with USD CHF. I'm done with that for the day. Yeah, there's no trades that are available. The only one that's available is odd NZD right here. But I still don't feel comfortable with this. Let me see if I could find an upper zone. Doesn't look like there's one that's anywhere near. So this might be a good entry, but we'll have to wait and see if this plays out. Let me see. We got about 10 minutes left on this candle, so I'll think about it in the next 10 minutes. If I think it's a good trade, I'll call it. If I don't think it's a good trade, then we're just going to chill out for a bit. We might need a little more room for this, though. Maybe 40 pips, not 30. So I'll see how I feel about this. I'm going to pull up the AXY over here. So the AXY, in order for me to take that trade, the Aussie needs to be bullish and the NZ needs to be bearish. So ZXY over here, I mean, they're both bearish, so it's a risky trade. So I'm probably not going to call this right here, but we'll keep watching for it. Let me see. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go back to the YouTube over here. Steven's asking, so the buy stop for US 30 is the one that reached full TP? Yeah, it did. But I don't know. No, what are you talking about? Sorry, Steven. I think you're confusing the trades. I'm not sure which one you're talking about for the buy stop, Steven. Yeah, if you want to be a little more specific, I can probably clear that up, but I don't know what you were referring to. But yeah, going back to the daily entry. So the daily entry here hit full TP. So you guys can see here that what I was mentioning earlier is that we just entered, it was just a bad entry point. You know, we had the buy entry right here. It hit stop loss, and then it went straight to full TP. So if you guys removed your stop loss like John did, which I never recommend that, if you know what you're doing and you remove your stop loss, you could have made full TP off that daily entry right here. So I'll give you guys a little update here as well. Steven said signals. I mean, we gave a lot of signals, Steven. So there's like 4 entries that we took. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. We have one right here that hit full TP. We have one right here that hit full TP, and they're both buys. So I'm not sure which one you're necessarily referring to. Oh, he's talking about the daily. Okay, yeah. So you're talking about this one right here. Yeah. So this one right here. I'm telling you about updates. Fine. We don't need to update for it because you guys are here in the live session, so you guys can see what I mean about these trades. Sometimes you just get unlucky. You know, I forgot what his name was earlier. Who's the guy that was complaining earlier? Jet Faya TV. He was saying that, oh, there's a resistance right here, right? But he identified the resistance after the thought. So the thing is, we entered a buy entry right here, and then he was like, as soon as it hit stop loss, he's like, why would you enter that trade? There was a resistance. Yeah, because you saw the resistance after we were already in the trade. And the thing is, it ended up swinging down, and then it swung all the way back up. So you guys understand that happens sometimes. Like sometimes you enter a trade, and then they just reverse price before shooting over to where it's supposed to go. So, you know, sometimes it's just bad luck. You can't guarantee every single trade. Like you're not going to win every single trade that you guys take. And that's why you guys got to manage risk, because if you took a loss right here, you'd be fine because you took the other win that happened over here. So if you traded with us, if you took my trade on Tuesday, you would have made 1,500 pips right here. And then if you took this trade right here, you would be at break even for the week. But if you took all of the other scalps in between, we had almost I think 6 or 8 scalps this week. So if you took all the scalps that hit TP, I mean, you should be net profit heavily for this week. So manage your risk properly. Don't overtrade, and only take stuff that's good. Like for example, right here, you know, Mark over here, dude bounced back from like that little loss that he made, but overall he's in profit. Oh, and I saw another question here too with RD. So RD mentioned, what sort of leverage do people use to make those big amounts on a smaller account? Well, this is a smaller account right here. I don't know if this would be considered a bigger amount for you, but you probably have to have like the highest leverage, like 1 to 500 or like 1 to 1,000 in order to catch that. Because there's some people here who do use smaller accounts, like Steven. He uses, I don't know what he uses, but he uses something where he uses like smaller lots. I think he uses Hugo's Way or something like that. So he uses Hugo's Way. I'm assuming his leverage is like, his leverage is probably like 1 to 500. I think his account's like 600 or even less. It might be like 500. So he's still locking some decent profit off a small account. So I'm not sure what kind of small account are you referring to, RD? Like what's the account size? Are you talking like 200, 500, 1,000? Because generally you shouldn't be trading US 30 unless you have like 1,000 in your account anyways. And the lowest that you should go is 500. I would never recommend trading US 30 on something like Hugo's Way or even like other brokers with less than 500. So other than that, let me see if there's any scalps here. No scalps here for US 30. No entries here off the 3-minute either. So it's about to hit 10. Looks like we're going to call it a day for this New York session. I'm just going to wait to see if there's a possible entry here for odd NZD. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting it because I looked at the indexes here, and these are both moving in the same direction. So if they're moving in the same direction, it's just going to be a flat market for odd NZD. And it's not worth taking the risk on a Thursday because market's going to be closing tomorrow. So yeah, with that said, that's pretty much it right there. Let me see if there's anything else here. Telegram is like blowing up right now. Let's see. what Rick mentioned. Oh man, that's funny. I just saw you guys in the premium right now. Yeah, you guys said that that what's his name got upset. That's why he hit that one button. Sorry guys, I don't really care about it, but yeah, I mean that's it. So here's a scalp that we were waiting for it just to reject off one of the structures here, but it doesn't look like there was any other scalps here that were available. So with that said, there just isn't anything that was over here. So yeah, Steven, I don't think there's going to be any more scalps for now. Generally, we take a break between like 10 and HS session, because that's when the market starts to shift around a bit as we enter the as London session closes, and then we enter we move towards Asia session. So I don't see any entries here for Forex. There's no Forex entries aside from this AUDA and ZD. If you guys want to take it, you guys can, but I'm not going to call it as an official entry because it's not a safe trade. You know, main reason is that both of the indexes are just going sideways now. They've dropped down and now they're going sideways, but there isn't really much of a big drop in either direction. So other than that, I think that's about it for now. So just a reminder, guys, I'll be going live with Josh a little later today at 6 p.m. Gotcha. Yeah. So Mark just responded to you earlier, RD. So RD was asking about leverage. Mark mentioned that his leverage is 1/500 with Hugo's way. So that's pretty much what he's using on his account. So yeah, other than that, guys, I think that's it for today. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram or through email. I have about 160 emails to get through right now. Let me check. Oh man, and it's still adding up. So we have a lot of emails, you know, coming in right now. So with that said, we're probably like I'll be available, but I'm probably not going to get to you guys right away. So if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out, and then I will I'll follow up with you guys once we continue on with this. Yeah, exactly. Like what John's mentioning right here in the YouTube chat as well. John's mentioning, Kimmy, take every official trade. Don't pick and choose. Set your size so that you only risk 1%. Yeah, definitely. Because our win rate here is so high that as long as you guys use proper risk, you guys should end up in profit at the end of the week, the end of the month, and definitely at the end of the year. So just keep that in mind. But definitely great profits among everyone else over here. Looks like everyone did pretty well. Dimitro made 127. Mark made 23 bucks. John made 2,569. Steven made about 20, 40, about 50 bucks for Steven. Steven's other account over here, 20 bucks. Dimitri already showed his. Tam over here made 555. A couple of 600 there. So 1,000 total off that. John's other account, he made 508. Valentine made 488. Ed over here made 1,000 with us this week from Tuesday until now. Sisuk made about a couple $1,000 right there. Luke made 100 bucks. Spencer made 800 bucks. Sisuk's other account over here. Cheryl made 1,700. And on the other account, she made 1,800. So nice work among everybody so far. Here's the timestamp here. These are from this morning today. So pretty decent profits overall for everybody. It's just, you know, it's just about consistency, guys. Just about consistency and using proper risk. So other than that, guys, I think we're done for the day. And if you guys have questions, you know, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram, and then I can get to any of your questions from there. But otherwise, I'll be back live later today at 6 p.m. with Josh. We're going to go over this 3-minute strategy here. And if you guys want to sit in, feel free. Just make sure to like the stream, follow the YouTube channel, and turn on notifications. That way YouTube knows that you want to watch the videos. If you guys dislike the stream, it's fine too. I don't really care because YouTube just won't show you my videos anymore. So if that's the case, you won't be able to copy my trades, and that's perfectly fine with me. So I'll catch you guys later, and we'll be back here later at 6 p.m. So catch you guys in about 8 hours.